then the perpetrator's words become suspect.
And if approved, New York would join 16 other states that have similar laws on the books. A New York doctor who worked at 2 prominent city hospitals found guilty yesterday of sexually abusing 7 patients, 5 of which reportedly were minors when the abuse started. Dr. Darius Paduch, a urologist, was accused of molesting hundreds of patients, young men in 18-year span. The 56-year-old was arrested last year. Prosecutors say he persuaded his victims to come to his offices in New York and New Jersey so he could abuse them under the guise of medical care. Paduch will be sentenced in August. He's facing a maximum of life in prison. Well, it seems folks in the UK have been spending time walking through mazes in an attempt to lower anxiety and increase well-being. This has apparently been going on since the early days of the pandemic, when a study published in Frontiers of Psychology said that walking in mazes or labyrinths can help ease stress. One thing's for sure, anybody walking through a maze in an effort to reduce stress has never seen The Shining. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a guy who's not under a lot of stress. I mean, still, if you want to give it a try, there are a number of labyrinths to choose from here in New York City, believe it or not, including one at Riverside Church on the Upper West Side, which was built in 1928. I don't know about you, but a maze would give me more anxiety. Hey, we've got Olivia Rodrigo news. That's it. That's the tease. 1010 Wins Entertainment's coming up.
Hey, Yankee fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2024 Yankees group ticket special. Whether you're getting to your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2024 group outing today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEE or email them at groups@yankees.com. And have to keep having that night. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and unnecessary charges will apply. See website for additional details. Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Olivia Rodrigo and her co-writer Daniel Nigro have been named the 2024 ASCAP Top Music Songwriters of the Year. This is the second award in the category for Rodrigo, who first received the honor in 2022. Not the first time she's being recognized with Nigro. The pair have been nominated for the 3 Grammys together, one for Driver's License, one for Vampire, and one for Ballad of a Homeschool Girl. Gotta check out Ballad of a Homeschool Girl.
1010 Wins and Laborers Local 731 are proud to honor our city workers who are city heroes. The driver is trapped, the car he was in was disintegrating, engulfed in flames. Off-duty FDNY Lieutenant Richard Cannon happened to be driving home on the Belt Parkway, saw the crash, jumped out of his car and ran over, only to find the driver unconscious, and the car door stuck. Cannon managed to pull the man out from the passenger side.
Slow and very busy. From the Clearview, no, from the Cross Island Parkway out into Utopia Parkway. Then we have heavy traffic starting from the Kew Gardens interchange and going up into the LIE. The LIE is very heavy westbound. From the Clearview out in Grand Avenue. And eastbound from Casino Boulevard out into Springfield Boulevard, and even the Cross Island Parkway. The delay stretches out towards there as well. And over at the Hudson's, as we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, it's still 45-minute old free. Take them out, there's the George, though, and cut that delay straight in half. Our next report is at 8:51 from the
violence between these two young people. That's here of the 7 train about 9:30 last night. That's when the one woman pulled out a knife, looks like a kitchen knife, and stabbed the 17-year-old once in the neck. The 17-year-old passing away at Elmhurst a short time later. Now, as for the suspect, she ran back up the stairs to the 7 line, got on the train, eventually was taken into custody where the train line ends, Main Street and Flushing. The suspect being questioned the entire night. We don't know her identity, and so far, no charges have been announced. The identity of the young lady who was killed also has not yet been released. Glenn Shuck, 1010 wins, 92.3 FM, 46th Street, Bliss Street Station, here in Sunnyside, Queens.
Well, the search is still on for the 7 men who attacked a 17-year-old boy in the Fordham Heights section of the Bronx. Police say the teen was on Valentine Avenue near East Fordham Road Monday afternoon when the group came up and, for whatever reason, started kicking and punching this kid before slashing him across the face with a knife. You can check out photos of these suspects at 1010wins.com. Anybody who can recognize any of them, please call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-577-TIPS. That's 577-TIPS. Wins News Time 8:44, nearly 3 years after Hurricane Ida flooded out many illegal basement apartments. Albany is looking to address the problem.
The state authorized the city to begin a pilot program for making some of those below-ground dwellings safe and legal. But Queens Assembly person Jessica Gonzalez Rojas complains that Albany's plan is too limited, excluding flood-prone and deadly neighborhoods in Brooklyn and Queens.
In Woodside, there was a family that died very tragically with their baby. I saw the devastation with my own eyes.
Gonzalez Rojas is now trying to beat the clock, getting Albany to widen the apartment legalization program before the end of the legislative session in June. Roger Stern, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, some might call the idea of buying a high-end handbag at a small shop in Herald Square a new age miracle on 34th Street. But authorities are calling the store an outlet for a major theft ring.
Johanna's Cosmetics said they sold things in their store that were stolen from places like Rite Aid and Macy's to the tune of $1 million. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg says the 2 people indicted would use shoplifters to steal the goods, then bring it to their store for resale.
We found hundreds of boxes of stolen items of types of products you would not find at a beauty store. Designer purses, electronic devices, over-the-counter medication.
He says more than $200,000 worth of things were stolen from Macy's alone.
That's correspondent Matt Piper. To the latest now on the war in Gaza. And the first shipment of aid headed to the U.S.-built floating pier in Gaza has departed from Cyprus. President Biden, meantime, says the U.S. still is committed to Israel's defense and will continue supplying defensive arms unless, he says, the Israeli army goes into Rafah.
A shipment of heavy bombs to Israel was paused last week. The Biden administration is also due to deliver a first-of-its-kind formal verdict this week on whether the airstrikes on Gaza and restrictions on delivery of aid have violated international and U.S. laws designed to spare civilians from the worst horrors of war. A decision against Israel further adds pressure to curb the
good morning.
And money.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
Israel has set an assault on Rafah.
Let's take Park Avenue, South Manhattan.
Wins News Time 8:46 here on this Thursday morning. 3 teenagers had to be rescued yesterday after they got stuck on the side of a cliff in Upper Manhattan. The kids reportedly jumping off rocks into the water of the Spuyten Duyvil Creek. That's where it meets the Hudson River, right near the Henry Hudson Bridge there. And that's a no-no in that area. There's no climbing or swimming allowed. Witnesses say they watched these teens hang on the rocks for dear life. Emergency crews were called in. Young Christian Baez lives in the Inwood section. He spoke to Channel 2.
We see like these 3 guys are on the cliff, and like these cops come, then we see a boat come.
Ellen Churko watched that rescue go down.
I didn't know how it was going to turn out. So seeing them all be able to be escorted out, especially watching the two that could walk by themselves, it was a good day.
Yeah, one of the teens was taken away on a stretcher. I'm sure their parents, when they found out, those teens probably thought it would be safer to be back out on that cliff. Well, the DEA is looking beyond U.S. borders for drug smugglers.
Agents in the last year seized more than 79 million fake pills laced with fentanyl, mainly supplied by Mexican cartels. But the flow of drug money extends far beyond the border. Just this week, 4 airline flight attendants
Speed
were
trap
charged
reported
with
ahead.
helping to smuggle nearly $8 million of drug money out of the U.S. to the Dominican Republic. The suspects, 2 of whom worked for Delta, allegedly took advantage of their crew member status to avoid security at JFK Airport.
Correspondent Andrea Fujiki, Delta says it has suspended the employees and is cooperating with law enforcement.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left on Park Avenue South.
Shut down for a while after it aired a TV live stream to promote the upcoming horror flick, The Strangers Chapter 1. TikTok hasn't commented, but it posted an alert that said it does not allow the showing of dangerous activities or challenges or anything that may lead to physical harm, which basically sums up the stuff that usually is going on in a horror movie. In a post of her own, after Lionsgate's TikTok got taken down, Stranger star Madeline Keish said simply, "Oops. Hey, here's a question. How'd you like a 20% discount on your next pedicure? Pedicure it is. It's going to be a dead-on perfect pedicure.
Look, toenails, gorgeous, flawless, UTDs invading, all kinds of colors. Pile 'em on the move.
Only catch is you have to let the salon take photos of your feet and upload them to the fetish site Foot Finder. Oh, and you also have to go to Toronto. That's where the Fixed Nail Bar is located. That's the deal. 20% off pedicures. They upload them. The thing is, forget 20% off. You'd make a lot of cash if you just did it yourself. See, the fetish site Fun with Feet conducted a survey. I love that alone. Fun with Feet survey. Folks who have their second toe longer than the rest can bring in around 43 grand a year if you want to show them off. A little more if you have a regular toe configuration. That'll get you really 45,000. But that second toe longer than the rest, you know who you are. I looked the first time I did this story today. I got the longest second toe, and I've been taking pictures all morning.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first step, or when we recorded the soccer games on VHS tape. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families
Turn left on Park Avenue South.
preserve their old home movies and photos.
They feature a Legacy Box with your old camcorder tape, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVD, thumb drive, or the cloud.
Around the corner. It's the perfect time to do Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, order yours today and take advantage of our best Mother's Day sale ever. Visit legacybox.com/value for a limited time and use credit. Order. That's legacybox.com/value for 60% off. Legacybox.com/value.
With news time 8:51, traffic and transit Thursday morning back out to Carroll City.
Parkway in Queens, where westbound goes away from Cybersecurity down to Jamaica Avenue at the end of the Parkway. We've got a broken down vehicle there. One lane is blocked, nothing on the eastbound side, but the westbound side, again, heading from Cypress Avenue to Jamaica Avenue. The westbound VQE now has a cop with that broken down cement truck just past Queens Boulevard. That broken down cement truck is in the center lane, by the way. It's been there for a minute, and they're trying to work on things to get him out of there. Staten Islanders southbound on the west shore by South Avenue. We've got an accident. It is blocking the right lane. I've got eyes on it here thanks to Tim Zimmerman's jam cam. And the delays start westbound on the Staten Island Expressway at 440. Trying to get down into the southbound West Shore Expressway to Victory. It's a very slow ride, but at least now you know why. Sometimes that's half the battle. Mass Transit's doing really well, and as we check what needs to know about the bridges and tunnels, the rock and roll
66. The Doors auditioned at the Whiskey A Go-Go in West Hollywood. You know why they auditioned, meteorologist Joe Lundberg?
Why did they do that, Scott?
Because they were looking to be the house band at the club.
Did they get the gig?
That was it. I think they got the gig. I didn't look into whether they got it or not. I have to assume they got the gig. I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Same here. It turned out all right. One way or the other.
Yeah. So, would have been better if Jim Morrison was still around. They probably would have done better things, I believe.
Probably so. We haven't closed the door on nice weather just yet. We still have some sunshine.
Watch out, pothole on road ahead.
For a few more hours before the clouds descend. We'll look in later this afternoon. Most today rain free, but not until late afternoon or early evening when we start seeing any showers showing up. And ahead of that, we get to 33. Then the showers give way to just a steady rain overnight. The breeze wakes up and will drop to 15 degrees. Showing tomorrow the same drizzle to 156. So we keep things cool. Most of Saturday is on all of the fly with clouds. On the high 62. Then a chance for a shower, maybe a thunder shower on Mother's Day with a high near 60. Partly sunny 61 in Central Park, humidity 57%, the wind northwest at 13. Considering the current temperature 61, we're going up to 73 in Midtown. Meteorologist Joe Lundberg on New York's weather station, 10 winds and everything 3 FM.
All right, guys, you know what a 4 nights it's been at the Garden Mark tonight. Nothing but playoff winning, and the Knicks kept it going last night.
And Scott, this one came with a big sigh of relief. Clock ticks down. Precious Achua will dribble it out. And the Knicks take a 2-0 lead, pulling out a 130 to 121 victory over the Indiana Pacers. Called on MSG Radio after game of Brunson gave the crowd a scare, hobbling off the court late first quarter, and not coming back till he channeled Willis Reed to start the third.
We're here, but I was going to attack Savannah.
And Chuck got a sore foot to finish with a team-high 29 points. Parker Day, 10-10 Sports on 92.3 FM. In a world filled with financial information, citizens can help you make sense of it. So whether you're listening to that new financial podcast that's hotter than your morning coffee, flipping through that financial guru's 1,000-page book on simple finances, or getting tips from a coworker that actually sounds kind of interesting, you're ready to make the most of it. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Learn more at citizensbank.com/made-ready. What's up? I'm tired of being so bloated. That used to be me. Then I got this. A line of bloating relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right? Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule. Align bloating relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Learn more at alignprobiotics.com.
Bloomberg Money Watch now. Come on in, Steve.
It is slow. Employment benefits rose last week to the highest level since August. Initial jobless claims came in at 231,000, posting a gain of 22,000 from the week before. Now, the increase was larger than the forecast of economists in a Bloomberg survey. For the first time, groups of private equity investors may soon be allowed to buy as much as 30% of National Football League franchises, with individual groups taking up to 10%. Sources tell Bloomberg that a special NFL committee is meeting to examine the league's ownership rules. Talks are ongoing and the percentages may change. Now, a spokesperson for the league declined to comment. On Wall Street right now, S&P futures have turned positive by a fraction. NASDAQ futures moving up about 10 points. Dow futures, though, they're still down 55. Bloomberg Money Watch, 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Fotis Ford, 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
Hey, boss, we're almost ready, but I have 2 pieces of news. One bad and one really bad. Which one do you want to hear first?
Seriously? Okay, tell me the bad one first.
The grand opening is in 5 minutes, and a line of 100 people is already at the door.
Okay, we can handle that. And what's the really bad one?
The really bad news is that the internet keeps going down.
What? Oh, we need reliable internet.
It's just a bad dream. Wake up.
A nightmare. I couldn't open the cafe. The internet wasn't working.
Don't lose sleep over your business's internet. Get AT&T Internet Air for Business with easy setup today. Reliable nationwide internet with simple plans.
motorcycle accident, any type of accident, don't miss. Call me, personal injury attorney, Alexander Griffin. I'm available 24 hours a day. 718-561-1111. Even if it's a
trip and fall, the number you should call.
718-561-1111.
Gridlock Group. Gridlock Group.
Don't miss. Call me, personal injury attorney, Alexander Griffin. 718-561-1111. That's 718-561-1111. For a free personal injury case evaluation. I'm available 24 hours a day. 718-561-1111. Your personal injury case has value. Please allow my boutique-style practice to help you discover choosing the right personal injury firm and determine the compensation you'll receive. With that,
Gridlock Group. Gridlock Group.
WINS FM in HD1 New York.
Always live on the Free Odyssey app.
AccuWeather says it's not as warm as it was yesterday. Boy, it was a hot one yesterday. Today we're only going to get up around 73 degrees. Going to be mostly cloudy. Could see a couple of showers this afternoon. It's going to remain cloudy tonight. Going to see a few showers around. We'll get a low into the 50s tomorrow. Cloudy, brisk, and chilly for an early May with occasional rain. And you got that drizzling. It's just going to be drab and dreary. High's only going to be 56. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Phil Pilato's our service aide, Walter Geis, our writer, Justin Schrager, editor's desk, and I'm Scott Stanford.
all news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning. Temperature dropping now, 61 degrees. It is 9 o'clock on this Thursday, May 9th. I'm Susan Richard. Here's what's happening. Cops questioning the woman who fatally stabbed, allegedly, a 17-year-old in Sunnyside, Queens. Our Glenn Schuck with the story. What is Barron Trump going to do after graduation? Get into politics, apparently. The City Department of Investigation launches a probe into some controversial social media posts by some higher-ups in the NYPD. Some backing here in the city for a bill up in Albany that would cut plastic packaging in New York by 50% over 12 years. And despite the team of first responders in North Canyon, Connecticut, they came to the rescue of one very lucky dog. We'll tell you what happened. In sports, it's a 2-game tonight lead now for the Knicks. They took Game 2 of their playoff series against the Pacers. Yankees won. AccuWeather cloudy cooler today, some afternoon rain, the high 73. Winds on 901, traffic and transit with Karen Stewart.
Well, we are very heavy on southbound, westbound, BQE, from Northern Boulevard to Queens Boulevard. At Queens Boulevard, there's a broken down cement truck. Yeah, he's still out there. We cop out there with him, with a tow truck that which just arrived. He's in the center lane. That's a problem. And that's why we've got these westbound BQE delays. But it's going to stay anywhere from moderately heavy to really heavy on the westbound BQE from Queens Boulevard all the way down into Atlantic Avenue. The westbound Jackie Robinson Parkway. At Jamaica Avenue, at the end of the parkway there, we got a broken down vehicle. We've got one lane blocked, place of Cypress Street. Eastbound on the LIE, the lower roadway at Maurice Avenue has a broken down car on it. And the fast lane is blocked there. And Staten Islanders, southbound on the west shore by South Avenue, we've got an accident blocking the right. And we are very heavy from back up the westbound Staten Island Expressway from Route 440. It is a very heavy ride down into South Avenue. Here's what you need to know about the Richardson Tunnel. It's still 45 to the Hudson. From the Valentine's Parkway approach to the eastbound GW Bridge, you can shave off a lot of time. There's a 15 to 20 minute delay from there. We're sponsored by Optimal Business. From the Palm Beach Traffic Center, fresh human grade software delivered right to your door. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Get business fiber internet with speeds up to 8 gigs and 99.9% network reliability. Plus, get up to a $600 gift. Call 855-2-OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/business today.
Another teen stabbed in New York City, this time in Sunnyside, where the 17-year-old girl did not make it.
After an all-night police investigation, still an active crime scene here under the elevated 7 train tracks. It was here that these two young women, according to witnesses, started yelling and then got into a vicious fight. One pulled out a knife and stabbed the other in the neck. The 17-year-old victim rushed over to Elmhurst Hospital where she died. He had not learned her identity yet. Now, these same witnesses are saying the suspect then jumped back up the elevated tracks to the 7 train, was apprehended a few stops away, and police questioned her throughout the night. On the ground here at the crime scene. One shot 1010 wins 92.3 FM, 46th Street and Queens Boulevard in Sunnyside.
A star witness back on the stand today in the Trump hush money trial, where the defense is looking to discredit the former porn star who says she was paid to keep quiet about her alleged tryst with the former president.
Stormy Daniels will be tested with further cross-examination from Donald Trump's legal team. They're looking for inconsistencies between her testimony and some of the claims in her book. For instance, she spoke of how much she wanted to come forward with her story about Donald Trump after the Access Hollywood tape was disclosed. She would have done so without any tape, but of course, she was paid and sought pay.
A city trial over Stormy Daniels' testimony, calling it extremely prejudicial. The judge said no, partly blaming the defense for not objecting or rigorously while Daniels was on the stand. The court will not be in session May 17th, as though Donald Trump can attend his son's high school graduation, although there are reports now that Trump that night will give the keynote speech at the Minnesota Republican Party's annual Lincoln-Reagan dinner. As for Barron, former President Donald Trump's youngest son, Barron Trump, has been chosen to serve as a Florida delegate to the Republican National Convention. The Republican Party of Florida...
Okay, good luck. You have a good day. Thank you for choosing us. Take care.
Police reported ahead.
Trump has been largely kept out of the public eye, but he turned 18 in March and is graduating from high school next week. Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Trump's youngest daughter, Tiffany, are also part of the Florida delegation. The Republican convention is taking place in Milwaukee from July 15th to July 18th. I'm Lisa Dwyer. Democrats join Republicans to save Mike Johnson from losing the House Speaker post. In fact, this was the response from many on both sides of the aisle to Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant.
Greene, who was rude on the floor as she read the resolution, defended her actions. She said she triggered the motion after Speaker Johnson didn't agree to her proposal to change how the GOP conference is run. Democrats overwhelmingly joined Republicans to save Johnson. He told reporters he appreciates the show's support from colleagues and will keep doing his job. As correspondent Nicole Killian, the vote 359 to 43 to table the motion. 61 degrees, it is partly sunny, the humidity 57%, the winds are west-northwest now at 9 miles an hour. 61 heading up to 73, and we could see some afternoon showers. Both the City Council Speaker and the Legal Aid Society have asked them to do it. Now, the City Department of Investigation is formally looking into allegations that some top NYPD brass have used their official social media accounts to target both public officials and private citizens. Legal Aid Attorney Jen Von Wong.
There are a number raise a question as to whether those folks are promoting intentionally false, misleading, or inaccurate official statements from a government account.
Specifically, she points to one post in which Chief of Patrol John Shell said a Democratic City Council member who had criticized the NYPD, quote, hates our city. In another, which did make headlines, Shell misidentified a judge in a criminal case, falsely accusing her of letting a predator loose on city streets. Well, 1010 Wins has reached out to the NYPD for comment and is awaiting a response. Calls for a hearing in the Nassau County Legislature on County Executive Bruce Blakeman's plan to deputize some gun-owning residents during emergencies. This is coming from Democrats, including Sheila Bino, who tells 1010 Wins they don't even have details on who'd be chosen
without having any idea what we've been doing in terms of vetting these individuals. I say that that's, we can't accept that as a premise for moving forward on such a really faulty and ill-conceived plan.
Well, Blakeman says it should be former law enforcement officers or military personnel who be called upon to protect critical infrastructure and help Nassau County Police be private. The New York Civil Liberties Union says this could disproportionately impact communities of color. So why is black women more likely to be diagnosed with cancer? That is what researchers want to know. And so,
The American Cancer Society is looking for 100,000 black women to participate in a study. Dr. Lauren McCullough is the visiting scientific director of the society.
The lower life
this message, lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Visit njdiet.com. Well, Rippy is one left off. We'll tell you why coming up. Plus, we'll get traffic and weather next.
Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's secure future investing. An index annuity guides you over the stock market. Without anything going on, that's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how.
The national job market continues to undergo rapid change and innovation. The good news is there are now federal funding opportunities for businesses in the United States to engage in retraining today's employees to prepare to take advantage of the new jobs in a more technologically driven economy. What's the first thing you will do if you have more time in the day? Nap, read, talk with a friend? Knowing what's important to you is easy to fit it into your schedule. Therapy can help you figure that out. BetterHelp offers affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists the first time. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/degree to get 10% off of your first month. That's the good news. I'm Benjamin M. Childers Jr. on the USCC Network, brought to you by BetterHelp.
On 9/11, traffic and transit all the ones, and here's Karen Stewart. All right, let's read this broken down cement truck that we saw. Oh, look, it's still on the studio. We teach him in jam hour, so I should say I don't see here. Tow truck arrived on the scene at about 8:57, got rid of the poor guy who was in center lane, didn't get back up to Northern Boulevard still, and that might not change, but speed's will improve a little bit. And then the region westbound continues to be mildly heavy to heavy from there down into Atlantic Avenue. The eastbound LIE lower roadway at Morris Avenue, we've got the left lane block there. We've got eastbound LIE delay to go back to what we use expressway. It's a very heavy ride there. The northbound Westbound Parkway, just before the Whitestone Bridge has crashed, is blocking the left lane. And the northbound delays are almost jammed from back at North Boulevard. And the westbound Jackie Robinson Parkway at the end of the parkway, Jamaican Avenue, is disabled vehicle blocking a lane and delays go back to Cyber Street. Now, Route 440, the West Shore on Staten Island. Southbound by South Avenue, we've got Maxton blocking the right lane. Delays go back to Route 440 on the westbound Staten Island Expressway down into South Avenue. And we're looking at now 40-minute delays down to Harlem and MGW Bridge. Response by 200 Park Rush Route between two direct and Midwest branches. GT Golden Refresh is not only on a pound, you can see that back. At the total savings of $6 a pound. Plus fresh steak and salmon fillets from Canada. Just $9.99 for 3 hours. Roller coaster with the temperatures this week, Joe. I just run the downward slide now. We are on the downward slide, although it's a gentle downward slide today. We're seeing the sun right now. Really not going to be a bad day when push comes to shove. 73 or better for our high this afternoon. Yeah, that's not the 84 yesterday, but I'll take it for this time of the year. I think most of the day is rain free. There's a shower 3 toward evening. Tonight, that downward slide gets a little steeper, and the rain starts to become a little steadier across the tri-state, particularly after midnight. The breeze picks up by morning over near 50, and tomorrow's just a breezy, chilly day for this time of the year. No sun at all, occasional rain and drizzle, only 56. It brightens up Saturday, a little bit of sunshine, maybe a late day shower north and west of the city to high 62. On a cloud Sunday, could be a shower, maybe a thundershower shower, temperatures not far from 60. Right now, Parkland sunny, 63 in Central Park, humidity 54%, winds in north-northwest at 12. Your favorite current temperature 63, headed to 73 in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Joe Lumber on New York's weather station 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM. Okay, going on it's on missing and then turned up either shade or
or with their fur dog.
Perhaps it's the work of a twisted, demented doggy group. Or a dog capper trying to make a stolen pooch incognito. A volunteer dog recovery network here in Connecticut is warning people about missing dogs turning up with altered appearances. Mojo, a 3-year-old French bulldog from Hartford, had cream-colored patches dyed brown. And Marcus, an 8-year-old Shih Tzu from New Haven, was dyed purple. And another dog was shaved clean. Some breeds are quite valuable and sought after. It's thought perhaps thieves are trying to throw off suspicion. Volunteers suggest you get a GPS collar. Sean Adams, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in Bridgeport.
Oh, a dog in Connecticut made like a cat with 9 lives apparently, and it was falling off a 50-foot cliff. We're talking to Corey on Lower Road, where the North Canyon Animal Shelter got a call about the animal Tuesday. An animal control officer investigated, even got help from a guy with a drone, but they couldn't find the pooch named Rippy. Long story short, guys working in the quarry were barking. Animal control was back on the case, along with members of the Northwest Rope Rescue Team, the North Canyon Fire Company, and North Canyon Ambulance. Well, they had to rappel 50 feet down to rescue Rippy, whose owners say had been stuck there since Saturday night. Incredibly, he's okay. All right, one more dog story. Animal rescue organizations taking note of new CDC rules for bringing in dogs from outside the United States. It doesn't matter if you have a cute face and silk is printing ad. All dogs coming into the U.S. from other countries must be at least 6 months old and be microchipped. The new rules take effect August 1st when a Mexico prevents the spread of rabies. That's the date a temporary 2020 rent order is holding the importation of dogs from more than 100 countries expired. Some complain the new rules are too restrictive, but others call them a good thing. As Allison Keys, the CDC says about 1 million dogs enter this country every year. It was a very sad sight in the city. An MSC cruise ship sailed into port with a dead whale across its bow. Yeah, a 44-foot whale that got caught when the ship arrived at the port of Brooklyn Saturday. The cruise line said it immediately notified all the relevant authorities. They came out, they removed and examined the whale. In fact, the necropsy was done yesterday. In a statement, they and are deeply saddened by the loss of any marine life. A new push by some officials in New York City for New York State to limit the amount of plastic that companies can use in packaging. City Controller Brad Lander and Sanitation Commissioner Jessica Tisch are among those urging Albany leaders to bring to a vote the Packaging Reduction and Recycling Infrastructure Act. Also on board, Judith thanks the president of Beyond Plastic.
You walk around any purpose in the metropolitan area this springtime, and we'll see plastic litter everywhere. It's in our streets.
Parlez-vous, monsieur collector?
The legislation would over a 12-year period cut in half all of the plastic packaging that is now used. It's one of the reasons why we're heading up to 73 and we can see a couple showers this afternoon. Now is the time to switch. Just delivering fast and reliable speed with just $39.99 a month. Plus, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, having dizziness or chest pain. My ACM impacted how I felt and what I could do. So I asked my cardiologist about treatment advancements to give me new options. The conversation was good for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol Myers Squibb to raise awareness about ACM and our others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit acmrealtalk.com to learn more. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb. Help John Morgan is Morgan Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jason Williams. It was a rainy day, and I got hit from behind by a lady that was doing somewhere over 100 miles an hour is what they were saying. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Everybody that I talked to kept saying the same name, which was Morgan & Morgan. I was on hold for maybe 15 seconds. When they come back and say, Jason, we will absolutely take your case. As a non-tech savvy guy, any question that I had, if I called, text, or email, they got right back to me. They made it as easy for me as it could have been.
Thank you for trusting us. We just come to learn.
supplies backed by product experts, so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So do you own a local business? Who owns a local business? By joining the Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you will lead. With access to experts, a local website, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter. Locally and globally.
And 107.1 WLIR-FM, Hampton Bays.
77 WABC time check 9:19 right now, sponsored by Boulevard Watches. 62 sun and clouds on this Thursday, May 9th. Good morning, I'm Noah Layton. A teenage girl stabbed to death last night outside a subway station, Sunnyside, Queens. The attack took place 9:30 after two teenage girls got into an argument. Some walking by say the scene was incredibly bloody.
She seriously injured. She was bleeding everywhere. Her t-shirt here and her mouth.
Police have the attacker in custody. No word on a motive for the stabbing. It comes after cops continue to search for the teenage gunman who shot and killed a 16-year-old high school student in Soho Wednesday afternoon. It was the NYPD Harbor Patrol to the rescue after three teenagers in bathing suits found themselves stuck up on an upper Manhattan cliff, holding on for their lives above Spite and Dival Creek.
All of them were in like the equivalent of almost swim trunks, no shoes. We see like these three guys are on the cliff, and like these cops come, then we see a boat come.
Cops only able to rescue all three that were on that cliff. One had minor injuries. A beauty store here in Manhattan shut down yesterday, allegedly selling stolen goods. Rihanna Cosmetics, located near Macy's and Herald Square, allegedly sold stolen goods that shoplifters picked up from Macy's, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Duane Reade.
The root cause we allege here is greed. They were doing this to make money. The defendant, Rihanna Cosmetics, was well known to shoplifters who would willingly bring them stolen items.
Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg there says more than $200,000 of the dollars of the goods they were stolen from Macy's alone. Rihanna was paying shoplifters to bring them big-ticket items like clothing, designer handbags, even Lego sets. The U.S. hitting the pause button now. Large shipment of weapons to Israel over concerns about a large-scale military offensive in southern Gaza.
We paused one shipment of high payload munitions. We've also been very clear about the steps that we'd like to see Israel take to account for and take care of those civilians before major combat takes place.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Republicans say the move by the White House is wrong and underhanded, especially since the aid to Israel was just approved in a new bipartisan bill. Meanwhile, a spokesman for the Israel Defense Force is warning Israelis this morning that even if they do clear out rebels, terrorists in Rafah, they'll likely regroup somewhere else. Former President Trump's Lower Manhattan hush money trial, it resumes this morning in, about 8 minutes. Stormy Daniels be back on the stand. The former adult film star's testimony on Tuesday included graphic details about her alleged decades ago. Your forecast from the Ramsey Mazda Weather Center. Well, it's going to be cloudy and rain now? No, it's going to be... Let's change that around.
Do you have any idea?
No, I'm looking out the window because I don't want to get it wrong. And it just came out wrong. Right. I was trying to say it's sunny now, but it's going to be cloudy this afternoon.
The other day you said it was sunny and it was raining, cloudy.
Yeah, like I think.
Yeah. Look, I look like a meteorologist.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is look out the window,
Yeah.
Bill Evans.
Yeah.
Bill Evans will be like, you better wear your galoshes today. It was like 85 The hell are you talking about?
Did he have a hard time saying the word meteorologist, Bill Evans?
Oh, God. He was so good, though. He was so much fun. I mean, outside the President of the United States and maybe the general manager of the Mets, nobody gets paid more to be wrong every day than weather guys.
Well, there you go. So
every day.
Doesn't matter whether I get
so
it
they
right.
better be cute like, Storm Field or something. He was a cute guy. Remember him?
Yeah, Bill Evans was a good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy. They got this guy on CBS, Lonnie Young.
Oh, the guy who rolls up his sleeves?
I would do him. Oh, but then you get this guy on Sunday mornings on CBS. He ain't good looking. This guy, Elliot, the redheaded guy.
Oh, yeah.
He annoys the hell out of me, too. And then, of course, a very handsome Lloyd Lindsay Young. Hello!
Yasmin,
Yes, they're crossing the park. Yeah.
you want to cross here or the next one?
Here, because it's faster.
Oh, okay. We can also cross on 96.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the lights here are usually so bad on Central Park versus Madison, but I guess it
Okay,
depends on what.
because they're coming across on 96, but up to
Okay,
you.
then we can go. That it's just that. Yeah, we can take it then.
All right, I'm going to try this again. Your forecast from the Ramsey Monster Weather Center, I'll get it right. Clouds, they have rolled in, showers this afternoon, high 71. Let's head over at 924 to the 77 WABC Sports Desk congestion now.
Thank you, Noah. Well, laid in on the hardwood last night. Jalen Brunson, gritty performance out of him. Shaken off, I should say, a right foot injury. Scores 24 of his 29 points in the second half. Leads the Knicks to a 130-121 victory over the Pacers for a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Now this is a weather show, but it makes sense today. Because we celebrated Billy Joel's birthday today. We celebrated the League of birthday today. What are the odds of all of this? That's very odd. So you forgot Kilme's birthday, and shut up, don't bring that up again. By the way, we left Nick Gregory off the list. Nick Gregory's upset that his name has been left off the weatherman list. Did he actually say that? The Fox 5, I think that's. No, I know Nick. Yeah, he said that. Yeah. No, Nick's a very what about Lee Goldberg? He's a good Goldberg's a very good looking guy. But I'm sorry, I'm still, if I gotta do it once, it's gonna be more than Mike. Something tells me we can do this all day. When have you ever done that?
coming up December 18th and 19th. I saw him 2 years ago. What an amazing show. So, if you're still searching for the perfect Mother's Day gift, treat Mom to an unforgettable night. Andrea Bocelli at MSG, December the 18th and 19th, a concert you won't want to miss. Right now at 848-9222. There is a December 18th show at Madison Square Garden. 1-800-848-9222. All number 7 wins. That's 1-800-848-WABC. And to purchase tickets, head over to Ticketmaster.com or visit MSG.com to learn more.
This hour of Sid and Friends in the Morning is sponsored by the New York law firm of Kreindler & Kreindler.
No, I guess I was a little help for my friend.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. You are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people in distress, prevention and crisis resources for you or your loved ones, and best practices for professionals in the United States. That's all 988-77 WABC cares.
WABC. Talk Radio 77 WABC. This is Sid and Friends in the Morning. 77 WABC.
is, and even if you have an inkling what the crime is, i.e. this business records something, does Stormy Daniels write the check? No, Stormy Daniels has nothing to do with this. The people that they've had on so far are creating these beautiful narratives, creating this storyline, but it's completely friggin' irrelevant, and the judge is letting it go. Gave some mealy-mouthed answer. You said, I kind of feel like this has gone too far. You know what? Judge Marshall's entire case has gone too far. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. Here we are, and it's keeping them off the trail, but we'll see what happens come November. I think the people are going to revolt when they see stuff. So do I. And it's not really off the trail. It was in Wisconsin and Michigan last week. It'll be in Wildwood, New Jersey, Saturday night. He's really taking advantage of New York. They're doing these once-a-week great meetings, whether it's construction workers, bodega owners, or just last week, the first responders at the firehouse right around the corner. But I got to tell you, I'm not a lawyer or Greg Jarrett or my beautiful wife Danielle, all attorneys. But I can say this, just as a layman watching this, they're not really painting a beautiful narrative. In fact, I can make the argument that all three witnesses that I've watched, from Pecker to Davidson to Stormy, are making a better argument for Donald Trump that he's innocent than guilty. It's almost like I think they're painting a really horrible picture of Michael Cohen. It does feel like Michael Cohen is like the Forrest Gump of bad. Millions of people will be something going on. If you're putting your number one witness on trial throughout the course of the trial, when you ultimately need him to quote-unquote drive this case home, which obviously the prosecution does, I don't see how they do it. But we need to take a step back and say, we don't know what the deal is with this jury. It's a 12-person jury in the heart of Manhattan, where Donald Trump is loathed by a majority of people. So none of this will matter. That said, on appeal, even if it is a conviction, I cannot see how it survives appeal, because there's no law matching the facts, which is what you need in jurisprudence, in the system that we've had in this country for 250 years.
Agreed. On the way out, Todd, Stormy Daniels, by the way, is back on the stand as we speak. Day 2 of Stormy testimony later. I want to get to the Trump lawyers, because I've got Joe Tacopina on the show every week. We're friends for 46 years. Arthur Cowan's on every week. Alan Dershowitz. I got all the big guys on this show. And some of them are agreeing that they're not sure that Todd and Susan and Mike, all these guys, Will, I should say, have gone far enough in their cross-examination. Do you have any critiques and or superlatives to hand out to Trump's attorney so far?
Let's do superlatives first. I think you need to be delicate with the jury. You don't want to start beating up on somebody. You don't want to beat up on a woman in Stormy Daniels. You don't want to beat up on an older gentleman in David Pecker. So you have to balance that. The one line of questioning that I didn't understand why Trump's attorney did not go down, I wanted them to go through a list of all of the politicians with David Pecker that he has caught and killed something for over the years. Because the day that I was in court on Thursday, I got the impression that that's where they were going. To make this overall point that, like, look, this happens all the time, and you're not going to go after every single one of these dudes or gals for campaign finance violations. So that's an area where I thought they missed. I think they're doing a pretty good job with Stormy so far, because they're getting her completely unhinged and not only showing contradictions in her story, is basically saying, like, I hate this guy. Right. You don't want a witness to say, I hate this guy. Right. But there's also one other thing going on. The prosecutors, because they have no law or facts on their side, they're really buttoned up with their presentation. So they're objecting to every single thing. And this presentation is, like, literally perfect from a legal practitioner perspective. I feel like Emil Bove, the guy who did a lot of it so far, Todd Blanche, I feel like they operate like I do, a little bit more loose, a little bit more trying to create a feel in the courtroom. They also have an incentive to get this thing done sooner, whereas Judge Merchan and the prosecution, they don't care if this thing drags out forever, because I know you said it doesn't keep them off the trail. It'll keep them off the trail for 4 days of the week. No, it doesn't, right?
Adding new lift ride to queue.
They don't have this incentive, even though they may say, I want to move this along, I want to respect the jury's time. They really don't care. They want to screw over Trump. And so there's a delicate balance. And I wouldn't attack them. I understand you have the really good lawyers on, and I have to admit, I left the practice of law April 15th, 2008. So I am not Dershowitz, I am not Jarrett, but I think you have to be delicate
Which one? Right here?
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.
Good luck. Thank you.
So I think you're right, actually. And your first appearance on Sid and Friends in the Morning was a grand slam home run. And you'll be invited back very, very, very soon, Johnny. Very soon. I love it. I love talking to New York stuff.
One pickup note for this ride.
Even though you took 18 of my minutes on sports, whenever you want me back, I'm here, guys. It was a pleasure. Well, before I let you go, you mentioned the fan, and you may not know my history, but from 2000 to 2005, I did sports on I'm This in the Morning, and I hosted the midday show before Mike and the Mad Dog with Jody McDonald and Joe Beningo talking New York sports for 5 years. Did you know that? You don't think I know that? Come on. Oh, my man. All right. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. Have me on with Beningo because I know he's a conservative. I know Joe Beningo's a conservative. Yeah, he loves Trump. He comes on now. I can't even talk about the Jets for the Mets. He wants to talk about Trump. I love it. Put you on together, okay, pal? Awesome. Have a great day, Todd. Thank you. God, I love this guy. Todd Pyro. He's my new favorite Fox News. Kill me down. Slaughter you down. I'll keep Denise. She's a late. But Pyro's my new favorite guy. Now his name's great. Yeah, I love his name.
Alex. Welcome.
This because of apparently an NYPD highway unit was rear-ended on the West Shore Expressway, and then the driver from the car jumped out of the car and fled into the woods. So as you can imagine, there is quite a bit of police activity around this thing. So either way, on the West Shore Expressway at South Avenue, you want to avoid that at all costs. Bumper-to-bumper traffic building in both directions. Southbound the drive.
Estimated time in traffic, 7 minutes.
In the right lane, you're also looking at slow traffic southbound on the Garden State Parkway at the tolls all the way down to 147, where there was an earlier collision of mass transit running on or close to schedule. Again, I'm at the RayKatina.com traffic desk. Discover all the benefits of owning a certified pre-owned Jaguar from Ray Katina, Ray Katina Edison, and Ray Katina Marlboro, and choose from a wide selection with 4.99% APR financing available for up to 60 months on all certified pre-owned models. I'm Joe Nolan with traffic on Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Listen every Wednesday to Sid and Friends in the Morning for the weekly Tunnel to Towers Foundation update. Hear how your dollars help America's heroes. Never forget 9/11. Donate $11 a month at T2T.org.
If you're looking for the perfect upscale Italian restaurant, go to Uncle Bacala's. What about the perfect place to host a dinner event? Go to Uncle Bacala's. What about a night out on the town? Go to Uncle Bacala's in Garden City Park on Jericho Turnpike with indoor and outdoor seating with an extensive selection of authentic dishes, chicken parmesan, veal valdostana, linguine and clams, fried galamon, and more with generous portions, plus the finest selection of Italian wines by the glass or bottle. Go to Uncle Bacala's in Garden City Park right on Jericho Turnpike, serving lunch and dinner.
Janine Pirro here. Attention, all patients exposed to urologist Darius Padu. If you thought the variococele procedure, ED, or Klinefelter's treatment by Padu was suspicious, you were right. Darius Padu has just been criminally convicted for fraud, abuse, and exploiting male patients. If you experienced an inappropriate encounter with Padu, call the GPHO Law Firm 212-233-3600 or visit atdlaw.com. They've already secured over $250 million for victims of sexual abuse.
Balance of Nature supplement, changing the world one life at a time.
The Fiber and Spice is a very effective product. There's no question. A product that is very reliable. It's a very good product.
I swear by these. Probably the best products that I've ever used. I think they're just simply good for your body.
When I used to work, I used to do my art over the weekend all the time. And now I do yard work. I have been doing yard work. I can sweep my floor and make my place look nice. And I take Balance of Nature, and again, it feels really good.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com and sign up as a new preferred customer. And for a limited time, get 35% off your first order, plus $10 off.
Emergency vehicle reported ahead.
Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 and get this special offer by using discount code WABC.
Talk Radio 77 WABC. Here at 77 WABC, we like to...
I thought a great deal about this. It's liberal nonsense.
Plus, music on the weekends with Gaza and we are... This is Positively Ernie. Now, here's Ernie and Estes.
Back on the streets of New York, asking my question of the day. Okay, here it is. How do you define success?
Happiness.
Happiness?
Yes.
How do you find that? Where is it?
You make it.
Have you made yours?
I think so, yes.
Tell me how.
My family. I have a son and a daughter. Grandchildren.
And grandchildren?
Yeah.
Are they close by?
Yeah, they're close by.
Isn't that nice?
It is.
You spend Sundays together?
We spend whenever we can, yes.
How do you define success? What does it mean to you?
Success is all about doing the right thing. Whether it's for community, whether it's with your job, whether it's in your home life. If you could sleep better with yourself, knowing that you've done everything you can to make the day a little bit better than yesterday, I think that's successful.
Well, you have wrapped it up very nicely. You're living that life, I can tell by your face.
Well, you know, it comes with experience and having 5 kids.
Wow.
And trying to make a difference, you know?
How do you define success, sir?
So long as you live a good life, raise a good family, be good to other people. Well,
have you done it?
I hope so.
That's my wife. This is your wife. Come on, let's find out. How do you define success? What's it all about? Do you agree with your husband?
I do agree with my husband, and I do feel he's right. It's family, and it's good religion.
Yeah, that's very basic, isn't it?
Very basic.
How important is that to you in life?
Very, very important. And that's why we're together 45 years.
Congratulations. Many, many more. All right, there you have it. Your views and comments on my question of the day. I'll look for you next time. Thanks. With positive news you can use, I'm Ernie and Estes on 77 WABC.
More positivity, listen anytime. Download and subscribe to Positively Ernie the podcast. Go to WABCRadio.com and the 77 WABC app. Listen to your favorite shows live and on demand 24/7. Download the 77 WABC mobile app now. WABC Traffic and Transit.
Well, we have an incident now as you travel on Staten Island from the Regency.com traffic desk, traveling out onto the West Shore Expressway on the southbound side. An NYPD highway unit, a regular patrol car, got rear-ended by another car out on the West Shore Expressway right by South Avenue. Now, at that point, the guy who was driving the second car jumped out of his car and took off. So you've got the delays both ways, a ton, as you would imagine, of police activity right around this thing. So you want to avoid the West Shore here for a while. I imagine the next hour or so it's going to be a mess. So again, West Shore Expressway, both directions, South Avenue, you've got a lot of police activity. Southbound on the drive at 49th Street, it's disabled. That one's in the right lane. Don't forget that roving construction crew outbound on the Grand Central coming away from LaGuardia getting out towards Kew Gardens. They'll be there pretty much all day. And mass transit running on or close. Discover all the benefits of owning a certified pre-owned Jaguar from Ray Cattina Jaguar of Edison and Jaguar Marlboro. Choose from a wide selection with 4.99% APR financing available for up to 60 months on all certified pre-owned models. I'm Joe Nolan with traffic on Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Entertaining and informative. Enable the 77 WABC Alexa skill today.
Play 77 WABC.
Hey, skill bit to go when you're looking for concrete materials for your next construction project. Called Diamondback Ready Mix. Diamondback Ready Mix is fully
license in New York and New Jersey. Call now, 718-650-5649. 718-650-5649. A DeFazio Company.
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Anthony Weiner, The Middle, Unplugged.
When you are a progressive guy on a conservative radio station, a conservative podcast network, you really have, I guess, four types of listeners. First, and probably the biggest, are MAGA-aligned people who kind of are interested, at least nominally, in hearing what the other side has to say, and I kind of perform that function. Then there's a third group. These are people who are on the left or not inclined to like Donald Trump, who hear what the crazy things in their view are being said on 77 WABC radio or on Fox News. And then the fourth group, there are people who are legitimately
cancer, prostate cancer, the dust and the toxins caused all kinds of problems for New Yorkers near Ground Zero. If you were there, if you lived there, or went to school there, or maybe you worked down there and you've been diagnosed with cancer or another serious illness, and you're below Canal Street in Lower Manhattan, anytime during the 8 months following 9/11, you might be entitled to compensation. The government has a $10 billion fund for this. The September 11th Victim Compensation Fund. Do me a favor, call this lawyer, Noah Krzyzewski, the New York law firm Kreindler & Kreindler. Noah's been helping 9/11 victims since 2001. Call Noah today at 888-246-4799 or go to groundzeroccancer.com. That's 888-246-4799 or groundzeroccancer.com. Tell them, of course, Sid sent you, and I promise I'll take great care of you. All the tough Jews are finally saying, enough. Enough is enough. We're going to take matters into our own hands, and they're going to rally tomorrow, but I'm going to bring them all up here. At like 8:15 tomorrow morning, all the tough Jews live in studio. You like that, Noam?
Sounds tough, yeah. Do you think I can join them?
Are you a tough enough Jew?
I don't know.
Would you go outside right now, unprovoked, and beat the living daylight out of a pro-Palestinian?
Is there one out there?
I'll find you one. Not that hard in New York City, man. But all these guys are coming up tomorrow, so, and which is good because Shabbos is Friday, so tough Jew Shabbos.
Yeah, I put them on the schedule as 3 Angry Jews.
3 Angry Jews?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, fantastic. Could have played Angry Young Man as for Billy Joel's birthday today. Another great Billy Joel song. That was a great day, folks. And you had a good job out of you. You found this out. Billy Joel and Depeche Mode and Janis Dean. You could have played
It's raining men. Happy birthday, Janice. Maybe Todd Crowley will send that back to you. I don't know. We got a big show coming up tomorrow. Not only 3 angry and tough Jews, but we'll have some really funny and smart Goyim as well. It's going to be great. Lou Rufino, great having you back today. The show is not even close. I mean, Diego does a good job. He's good. But it's not even close. Come on. Stop. I'm begging you to stop. I'm begging you.
Did anybody start?
No. There you go. Jim flipping loads when I say that.
Yeah,
he literally gets an erection when I say that. Yeah. He actually took it on his phone this morning from me. I was talking to him. He goes, I'm begging you to stop. Thank you, Jimmy. Lou, great phone. Lou, great job. Justin Ella, great job. Noam Layden, great job. As my friend Keene would say, God willing, we'll all be back tomorrow morning at 6 for a Friday show. Hey, John and Steve, happy birthday, baby girl. This one's for you.
Hi.
Hey!
We're your weather girl. And have we got news?
I'm impressive. What are you talking about? He said, I'm not talking about a diamond. I'm talking about a men's private member. He said, oh, I get it now.
Thank you, Mikey. A little bit of a recap. We had ABC News correspondent Peter Haralulis. He said Michael Cohen's going to take the stand soon in the Trump trial.
At this point, we have about 1.5 weeks left in this trial, and Michael Cohen is going to take multiple days. So at this point, I'd be shocked if we didn't see Michael Cohen take the witness stand sometime next week.
Former Nassau County Exec Laura Curran believes that Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't take direction from anyone.
One thing likes to say if she's truly herself. She's consistent. Even Trump asked her not to do this, but she did it anyway. So she gets the authenticity award. Unlike these other Republicans who are constantly contorting themselves to obey Trump. So God bless Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a true believer.
That's what I say. God bless her. Dr. Arthur Kaplan isn't happy with the field of presidential candidates.
Shame on us. We now have 3 candidates running. One of whom says half his brain is eaten by a worm. We got Donald, who seems to be a little increasingly incoherent and is definitely not a healthy guy. And then we have Joe Biden, who shuffles around so slowly that he has other people walk next to him, so it doesn't look so bad.
There's our candidate. ABC News entertainment contributor Larry Hackett told us a lot of Taylor Swift fans are flying to Europe
Yeah.
to see her in concert.
My sister
There you
is
go.
my niece
Thank
and
you.
her
Welcome. Good day.
stepdaughter to Taylor
You
Swift
take
this weekend. They're on the way to Paris right now.
Oh, you know what? My daughter's really jealous.
There are a lot of parents out there in cars and that's the really thing.
Shut up. You about to
And President Biden did not sound like a young, vibrant leader this morning. I thought you'd want to hear what Biden had to say about the weapons.
We're secure in terms of Iron Dome, going to respond to attacks like came out in the Middle East recently.
Oh my God. That was terrible. Oh, I didn't expect you to enjoy the stuff I did. And I mentioned we had a story in Harwood on Tony nominee. He's also the voice of NBC on their promos, and he did a little line for us.
You're listening to Lynn Berman and Michael Riedel in the morning on 710 WOR.
Wow. How great is that? All right, on tomorrow's show, Rob Astorino, Ridgeline ABC political director, tickets for Barry Manilow. We've got tag team trivia. Joe Newmeyer on the movies. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. Thanks for listening, everyone. It's 10 o'clock.
Our New York voices.
It's going to be a wild election here.
I'm just glad I got WOR to sort it all out.
We're your voice. The voice of New York. 710 WOR.
An iHeart radio station.
It is 67 degrees at 10 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Larry Menti. Stormy Daniels returns to the witness stand this morning at Donald Trump's hush money trial. She faces cross-examination after her graphic testimony earlier this week.
On Tuesday, Stormy Daniels went into a lot of detail regarding her alleged sexual encounter with Trump, which Trump denies happened. Daniels got emotional at times. Trump's lawyers went after Daniels' credibility, accusing her of lying to get money and fame. Today during cross-examination. I'm Scott Pingo, WOR News.
Meanwhile, Trump's election interference case in Georgia is on hold.
Georgia Appeals Court agreed to hear Trump's argument that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should be disqualified over her romance with her former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. Willis had strongly defended herself. Judge Scott McAfee ruled Willis could stay if Wade resigned, which he did. But now the appeals court will consider Trump's claim that Willis should go too, almost certainly delaying any trial past the election.
Correspondent Aaron Kutursky. There's a new pro-Palestinian encampment this morning, this time at the new school. This one is being led by the faculty, calling for divestments from Israel and for the NYPD to leave campus. This all comes as President Biden is threatening to stop weapons shipments to Israel if they invade Rafah.
President Biden is calling out the Israeli government.
It's just wrong. We're not going to supply the weapons and artillery shells used.
Making it clear in his sharpest criticism yet that the U.S. will not provide Israel with weapons to attack Rafah.
I've made it clear to Bibi and the War Cabinet they're not going to get our support if in fact they go in these population centers.
For weeks, Biden has warned Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu not to invade Rafah, where over 1 million civilians are seeking refuge.
Correspondent Mary Bruce. A teen girl is being questioned after another 17-year-old girl was stabbed to death in Queens. There was apparently a dispute near the 46th Street Bliss Avenue subway station, and the victim was stabbed in the neck. And there is sticker shock now for that Big Mac.
While fast food prices soar, when did McDonald's get so expensive? Some consumers, like Colleen Pipes of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, are saying enough is enough. And I don't mean to be broke, but for an 8-count mini and a lemonade, $14? Fast food prices in March were 33% higher than 2019 levels, according to the Labor Department. And it's influencing behavior. Companies like Starbucks and McDonald's reporting a downturn in traffic.
Correspondent Becky Worley. Time now for a check on traffic. Here's Bernie Bider. Bernie.
Hi, Larry. Good morning. On Staten Island, there's a big problem. It's police activity, crash investigation. This is on the West Shore Expressway 440, both directions by South Avenue, exit 8. You're going to see some very heavy delays on 440. Meantime, in South Brunswick, Route 27 closed both ways, bending its lane into Southlands Lane. That is a serious accident. And the east side of Manhattan, now looking so great. Southbound from the Arcade Triborough Bridge into the 40s. It is a very long line of vehicles. This is all stemming from a stalled vehicle blocking at least one lane. And also say parking rules are suspended for today, but the meter rules are in effect. This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptop, and more with electronic device insurance, and even cover your furry pets with insurance. Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. I'm Bernie Bider on 710 WOR.
New Jersey small businesses have faced challenge after challenge, but now Congressman Josh Gottheimer is fighting for a bill that would stop a massive tax hike on over 30 million small businesses. This bill would make the small business deduction permanent, which will help New Jersey small businesses continue to create jobs, raise wages, and grow at a crucial time for the U.S. economy. Learn more at smallbusinessdeduction.com and help us thank Congressman Gottheimer for supporting the Main Street Tax Certainty Act. Paid for by the National Federation of Independent Business.
Hello, medium coffee, please.
Sure, that'll be $2.25. Of course, that includes the insurance fraud tax.
I love this car. Okay, how much are we looking at here?
Your driveway price is $48,375. Okay, we included the insurance fraud tax.
Insurance fraud is just like a tax that is included in the price of everything you buy in New York, big or small. Insurance fraud costs every New Yorker more than $920 per year. It takes many forms, and some injure the lives of you and your family. Fake auto accidents, stealing your life insurance payout, opiate healthcare fraud, or registering your car somewhere else to get a lower premium. All of these are insurance fraud and add to the cost, just like a tax. Learn how you can fight against insurance fraud at fraudny.com. Paid for by the New York Alliance Against Insurance Fraud. Fraud is the crime you pay for.
Meteorologist Ray Speaker with a little blow-off forecast from the Weather Channel. It's going to go downhill here pretty quickly over the next few days. Probably going to squeeze out most of today's drive with some clouds. I said it too. Some late showers. Tonight showers down close to 50. Tomorrow with fever rain and showers highs only in the low 50s. Chance of an afternoon shower Saturday. Showers
temperatures on Sunday with highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. Currently 64 WOR. It is 10:06. That's our news. Your next update is at 10:30. Breaking news at once. I'm Larry Mentio, 710 WOR, an NBC News radio station. Now, WOR has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword at 710WOR.com. Win. That's win. Enter it now at 710WOR.com. The $1,000 payday on WOR. On 710 WOR, the voice of New York. It's the Mark Simone Show.
Hey, we got a lot to get to today. We'll get to the Trump trial. It resumes today. It's going to be a big day there. And then we'll get to Joe Biden turning on Israel in a way that we've never seen an American president do. We'll get to the anti-Semitism, how they are. You better cut this stuff off right away. You better nip this in the bud. It's going to destroy a school's reputation and cachet for years to come. Years. It's going to take Columbia a decade, at minimum a decade, to recover from this nonsense. But the new school, remember James Lipton interviewing Paul Newman or whatever? This wonderful school of the arts, of film, of
Head to your pickup at 2120 First Ave.
Totally destroyed. The faculty in an anti-Semitic, anti-Israel march, demanding that, like these other schools, they divest from Israel. They don't invest anything in Israel. I don't know what the hell that means. I guess it means these colleges have massive endowments. Columbia has like a $30 billion endowment. They want a penny of that invested in Israel. When you have $30 billion in a fund, you invest it. It's invested in stocks and different funds and whatever you can invest in. But you can't not invest in Israel. It's almost impossible. For instance, Apple. Every fund, every pension, everything has a ton of Apple stock. Apple has a lot of money in Israel. A lot of the key, most important tech stuff is coming out of Israel. So if you have, by the way, you protesters out there, if you got an iPhone, you're investing in Israel. So if you really want to make your point, lose the phone, lose the iPhone. You can't not invest in Israel. Too much important tech coming out of there. The other thing they're demanding is the NYPD leave the campus. Would you send your kid to any school that demands there be no police protection at any time of this college? So new school, goodbye. Columbia, goodbye. The enrollment applications already dropping dramatically. Anyway, Biden, by the way, he's got a history of anti-Semitism. He's got a long history of being anti-Israel in a very ugly way. It goes back to the 70s when he was the head of the Senate, the Foreign Relations Commission, one of these, and he got into, in front of everybody, got into a big fight with Menachem Begin and told him they were going to cut off Israel. No weapons for you, nothing for you. We'll cut you off. Everybody was amazed that Menachem Begin went right up to Biden, put his finger in his chest. So we got through the Holocaust without you. We got through this without you. We got through we rattled off the history of Israel. We'll get through this right now without you if we have to. Don't threaten us. But Biden, a history of anti-Semitism, a history of anti-Israel behavior. You know, he's had a problem with this over the last few weeks. He's been so busy appeasing the pro-terrorist demonstrators, the anti-Israel demonstrators. He's been so busy appeasing them, it looked pretty bad. So Monday he makes this great speech talking about standing up for Israel, fighting for Israel.
Pick up Ashley on the right.
How you cannot be anti-Israel, you cannot be anti-Semitic. It was an incredible speech, and as everybody said, what an amazing speech. But this is Joe Biden. He loves to just talk and then do the opposite. Well, yesterday he did the opposite. He decided to cut off Israel. They have to invade Rafah. There's no question about that. No question about that. You've got to wipe out Hamas. It's a terrorist organization. It's a deadly Nazi terrorist organization. You've got to wipe them out. You got to get the remaining battalions. They're in Rafah. No argument here. You got to go in and get them. And by the way, the public supports this. Latest Harvard-Harris poll, invading Rafah, finishing the job. 80% of Americans only 20% against it. 80% supports it. So why would you cater to that stupid, idiotic, crazy 20%? Well, that's Biden. So, again, he makes that great speech, says all the right stuff, and everybody says it's Biden. He doesn't mean it. Well, sure enough, yesterday he announces he'll cut Israel off. He won't give them any weapons if they do it. He actually agreed to a CNN interview.
Yeah, Ashley. Good morning.
Add to your drop-off at 360 161st Street.
161, the Bronx, yeah.
Ruling person will just nod like a bobblehead. First Seth Meyers, then it was Howard Stern. Last night, Erin Burnett on CNN, granted CNN an interview. She obviously made some kind of an agreement not to follow up with anything, not to question anything, because he told her a couple of bold, out-and-out lies, and she just nodded like a bobblehead. He said, when I took office, inflation was 9%. It was 1.4% when he took office. He got it to 9%. Just out-and-out like a bobblehead. And then he threatened Israel. I'll cut off all your weapons.
In 3/4 of a mile, continue on Willis Avenue Bridge.
They haven't gone in Rafah yet. If they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons that have been used historically to deal with Rafah. I deal with the cities that deal with that travel.
Yeah, the key phrase, historically. In other words, we've always, the U.S. has always supplied Israel with those weapons. The U.S. is the best ally of Israel. We defend them, we give them the weapons. Remember Richard Nixon when they were running out of stuff to send it? What did Nixon tell them? That send them anything we have. Send them anything we have to fly. Just send it. That's the way America's always been with Israel.
We're going to continue to make sure Israel is secure in terms of firing down and respond to the attacks that come out. Released recently. But this is wrong. We're not going to supply the weapons and artillery shells used.
Artillery shells as well.
Yeah, artillery shells.
Yeah, I'm going to cut them off. That's the ugliest thing any American president ever said about Israel. And she's just nodding. She's not picking apart what he just said. He said, well, like the Iron Dome they used to repel the recent attack. The Iron Dome was not used in that attack. It wasn't used in the Iran attack on Israel that was done with fighter jets and drones, not the Iron Dome. So, but she knows that. She's just told, just nod, don't question him on anything. But don't make him nervous, don't get him upset. This is really ugly stuff from Joe Biden. Meantime, his donors, his big donors, the George Soros types, are funding the anti-Semitic protests in Colombia, everywhere. They're funding it. Hey, now listen to this.
In 1,000 feet, use the right 4 lanes to continue straight.
The money of the protesters, they run it through different organizations. They launder it through different organizations. Then it goes to the Tides Foundation, which is like the clearinghouse of distributors. Remember 2020, the BLM riots, that was Soros and company, all these big Democratic donors funding the riots. And it goes to the Tides Foundation, who distributes it. Black Lives Matter 2020, and now the anti-Semitic groups, the BLM people, the Black Lives Matter, just announced they're suing the Tides Foundation.
Continue on Willis Avenue Bridge.
Now finances, they forgot about the BLM fact. The ban attack, all the money's now going to the anti-Semitic group. The BLM is suing for $33 million. that don't hold up. She'll get questioned about all of that. So that'll be today. What's today? Thursday, and then probably tomorrow they'll continue that. And that should be the end of Stormy Daniels. Then next week look for Michael Cohen. When he takes the stand, wait till you hear Michael Cohen. To know if he'll be able to walk in and out of the court, and you know him. When he sees microphone, he'll be there for a half hour, babbling away with the students before and after court. The way you hear him talk.
In a quarter of a mile, use the right lane to take exit 3, Grand Concourse, East 138th Street.
Kind of a real low-end sort of guy. The good thing is when he takes the stand, when he crosses the path, you know, this is something all this will come out with the Trump examination. It'll come out with nothing to do with Trump's legal stuff. Trump has the finest lawyers, the biggest law firm. But like every other thing, you have a little
Exit right 2, exit 3, Grand Concourse, East 138th Street. Then stay to the right 2, Grand Concourse.
That'll come out in Cohen came in 2 days a week, I don't know, 75,000 a year.
Stay to the right 2, Grand Concourse. Speed trap reported ahead.
So, imagine Jeff Cohen probably on the stand for a couple of days. They'll ask him that he almost had a problem. He's convicted perjurer. He's convicted this, convicted that, felons, prison. He's probably, I think he's still under house arrest. Just get that from the Department of Education thanks this guy testifying, but
In 900 feet, turn right on East 144th Street.
in our city schools, and Congress, you need Congress to step in here. Hey, here's the other thing about this anti-Semitism. All over America, all over these college campuses, this is a civil rights emergency. Remember in the late 50s, 60s, when black students couldn't go to class. Protesters blocked them from getting into their college buildings, classrooms. President Eisenhower and then President Kennedy sent in troops to protect them, to make sure they get to school. They arrested all the Klan protesters.
Turn right on East 144th Street.
None of that is happening. Where's the federal government showing up at these schools with troops guaranteeing the safety? Where are they? Well, here's your answer. The person that would do that
In 400 feet,
Department of Justice.
turn left on Park
The one
Avenue.
in charge of this, the civil rights chief, Kristen Clark, that's who Biden has there as his civil rights chief in the Department of Justice, is a known anti-Semite with a history of anti-Semitic tweets. Stuff. A known anti-Semite is who Biden put in charge of this. And under questioning, it also came out she lied in her confirmation hearings. She lied about ever having been arrested. No, I've never been arrested. Well, it turns out that she was arrested for
Turn left on Park Avenue.
finger with a knife. She now argues that she didn't lie. The arrest was expunged, so she thought she wasn't required to disclose it. But this is who Biden put in charge, watching over the campus. An anti-Semite, a horrible person. This is who's running stuff. Anyway, we've got a lot to get to today. We'll get back to that. Let's hear some of him before Congress gets yelled at. We'll get to that Tom Brady roast, a lot of behind-the-scenes intrigue. We'll get to these reboots. They got to stop with these reboots, and we'll get to Starbucks and why Starbucks is in trouble. And we're back to Israel and all of that. Check out the web. Stormy Daniels for years, long ago.
Speed trap reported ahead.
Relationship with Trump. He said it was wonderful. Watch her smile, laugh. It was a wonderful thing. Watch the video. Years ago, talking about how great it was. How big it was. Oh, I think
In a quarter of a mile, turn left on Concourse Village East.
another battle. It's all over the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com/farm. 710WOR.com/farm.
selling pillow is the biggest selling pillow ever. 15 million.
Turn left on Concourse Village East. Then exit right to Park Avenue.
But try the other product. You get the My Pillow sandals for $25. You get the 6-pack towel set for $25. You get the brand new 4-pack dish towels for $25. Gotta use the code WOR to get special price. Do it now. Limited time. Take advantage of the $25 sale. Just go to mypillow.com. mypillow.com. Get the special price. Use the code WOR.
Exit right to Park Avenue.
Max out. Sell your home once and get paid twice. Here's how it works. Max out homes.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on East 161st Street.
No hassle. Once that's done, our team of experts will maximize your home's value and pay you a piece of the profit. For more information, call 800-800-5032. That's 800-800-5032. Whether we rehab and resell, expand, or even rent, we handle it all. And you'll get a percentage of the profit. We buy homes in poor condition, foreclosures, inherited homes, homes with reverse mortgages, homes with non-paying tenants, even land. Call us now. 800-800-5032. Remember, sell once, get paid twice with Maxed Out Homes. Call 800-800-5032. That's 800-800-5032. Or visit maxedOutHomes.com. If you're a wholesaler, investor, realtor, or lawyer, we want to work with you. Call 800-800-5032.
At City Harvest, we're on the road every day rescuing millions of pounds of nutritious food for New Yorkers in need. Transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smile. That's how we feed New York.
Been here before?
Turn right on East 161st Street.
Go right. What is it, school or hospital?
Oh, it's this building right here. So if we just turn.
Yeah. What is school or hospital?
No, it's a public defense office.
Public office?
Yeah, like a law office.
Oh, cool. It's like law and order, huh? You're in the field, huh? Like, it's like in the movies. Very nice. You can delete some of my ticket, okay? Hit the delete key.
You've arrived at your destination.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Ashley. Beautiful Ashley.
That's right. Navaj. N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy. Right now, you're in New York, and it sounds like this. But on a short flight today to Beach, Florida, I assume you sound like this instead. Because here, stress ceases to exist. What you'll find instead are seaside accommodations, 23 miles of sprawling beaches, and exciting activities for all ages. So don't be surprised to hear some of this. Plan your trip at DaytonaBeach.com today. Daytona Beach. Beach on. Hey, it's Michael Riddle. Over the past
Speed trap reported ahead.
Incredible vacation awaiting us this November to two iconic European cities. We'll spend 3 nights in London and 3 nights in Paris. Breakfast and food episodes along with a few dinners. One of them inside the episode. You can get all the details at michaeltrip.com or by calling Cruising Tours at 800-383-3131.
systems have no rights is lying and manipulating young Americans. Get Smart Tricks for all your devices delivered free. Get my newsletter.
Just open the free iHeartRadio app. Search Steve Cuts and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
New York's most connected talk radio host.
Mark Simone, Mr. New York.
On WOR.
Hey, let's take some calls. 800-321-0710 is the number. 800-321-0710. Stormy Daniels on the stand as we speak. They say she appears a lot less nervous today. Yesterday, Tuesday seemed... some people believe she's... so we say... She's been in a lot of interviews before, done a number of interviews, and sometimes she looks like she's a little... so we say medicated, herbed up, medicated, whatever. And then yesterday, Tuesday, the way she was speaking was just, it seemed a little druggy to me, but today she's fine. She's appearing less nervous. These prosecutors, remember, it's the Biden guy running the trial, top guy from Biden's Justice Department, personally running this trial. So they're very good at this stuff. They know exactly how to coach the witnesses. They know exactly how to train the witnesses. They know what they want the witnesses to say. They know what demeanor they want to give. And sometimes these sort of guys know how to medicate the witness. You remember in the case of O.J., it was believed they were medicating him at the trial because he tended to get a little too energetic, so they wanted him very mellow and calm. And in the case of Stormy, they needed some Biden-type wake-em-up medicine. It looks like today they've got the dosage a little better. Anyway, we'll take some calls. 800-321-0710 is the number. Let's go to Don in New Jersey. Don, how you doing? Don, are you there? I don't hear him. All right. Something's going on with our phone too. We'll get it worked out. Yeah, so Stormy is being asked. They're starting off slow with the questions. This is happening as we speak. They're asking her about why she wanted money and all of that stuff. And she said she never asked Trump for money. This is not going to go well for her because she's going to contradict herself in a few places. Let's try it again. Let's go to Don in New Jersey. Don, how you doing? Don, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, hey, this isn't Mark, is it?
Let me check. Yes, it is.
Mark, how you doing, man?
Let me check. Good.
Hey, I have a quick question for you. I saw this morning that the House Democrats are voting unanimously to give illegal aliens representation, the Congress, and the Electoral College. So, can you help us understand out here where we're at? And I believe the margins are enough to knock this down. But what scares me more importantly is we knew this was coming all along. What chance in hell do the Democrats have to get this accomplished?
Well, luckily, they can't get it done in the House. The Senate can pass whatever they want. The House would have to agree, and they won't. This was part of the plot all along. There's a reason that the Davos crowd, the globalists, the Soros, the Democrats, that do whatever they're told,
Emergency vehicle
Republicans can be pretty
reported
bad on this too. But the reason for the open borders, a couple of reasons. One, it's a source of cheap labor, and it's a source of cheap votes. Corporations love it. The big Davos globalist crowd, they want the borders open. It's cheap labor pouring in. The other part of it is these are voters. The Democratic attitude to America: if you won't vote for us, we'll import people who will. So if you can get 20 million illegals in here, that's enough to change the outcome of any election. You'll notice they're moving these pieces around on the chessboard in a very strategic way. The Biden administration has jets that are loaded up with illegals. They're dropping them off in certain places. They're dropping them off in states where they need more votes. This is very calculated. They're dropping them off, even in New York. They're taking them upstate. They're not bringing them to New York City because they easily win the New York City vote. They don't win the upstate vote. So they're dropping them off all over upstate New York. And as predicted, they are
now going to try to legally give them the right to vote. So this extra 20 million Democratic votes will be there. That's one of the reasons why Trump has said when he takes office, it's not just closing the borders. He's talking about deporting all of these people. It can be done. Eisenhower did it. He called it, it's hard to believe, but back then, 1954, it was okay. He called it Operation Wetback. It was deporting the illegals. He used trains, buses, trucks, planes, whatever he could use. And in a year, he got about 1.5 million returned to Mexico. With all the technology and stuff today, you could probably do 10 million easily. And Trump has promised to begin that day one. Let's go to Gary in Inwood. Gary, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mark. Thank you. Former President Trump's Secret Service, do they come in the courtroom itself, or they wait outside the door?
No, they come in the courtroom.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
There's, in the courtroom, there's an audience and there's seats, and they're assigned, most of them. Every major news organization has one seat in the courtroom. Secret Service has seats, and they also stand around the court. And there are a number of people are brought in. You could actually get in, and apparently if there's overflow, which there always is, they put you in another room and you can watch live on a video monitor what's going on. There's people that have, I know that have gone there and watched, but looked at the jury. Some people think there's a couple of people on the jury that might be reasonable. There's obviously, they've tried to load up the jury with real Trump haters, just absolute Trump haters who'll convict them no matter what. But they think there's a couple of people on that jury who look like they're real, just honest, decent people who probably will not vote to convict. It's possible there could be a hung jury, which would mean a mistrial, and then that would be it. They wouldn't be able to retry him before the election. The Jack Smith case is pretty much gone now. He got caught, the special counsel got caught tampering with the evidence, and he's now under investigation. Jack Smith is under investigation for mishandling classified documents. So that puts that case on hold till after the election, and it may never happen. Hey, when we come back, Steve Moore will be with us. A lot to talk to him about, and we'll do that in a moment on 710 WOR. Let's get the latest news. Here's Larry Menti.
Thank you, Mark. Stormy Daniels is back on the stand this morning in Donald Trump's hush money trial. The defense is expected to go after her credibility during cross-examination. The faculty at the new school is leading a pro-Palestinian encampment this morning. They're calling on the school to divest from Israeli businesses. President Biden is threatening to withhold weapon shipments from Israel if it moves forward with an offensive in Rafah. He's already stopped delivery of 3,500 bombs. And a teen is being questioned for the deadly stabbing of a 17-year-old girl in Queens. The victim was stabbed in the neck after some kind of dispute. Time now for a check on the weather with increasing clouds here this afternoon. A rain shower possible late in the day, 73. Showers likely overnight tonight, lows tonight down to 51. Rain showers continue into the day on Friday. Cooler temperatures with a high 54. Sunny skies on Saturday with a high near 60. Showers in the morning Sunday, clouds in the afternoon. Sunday's high 62. Partly cloudy this hour, 65. Richard Redding of the Weather Channel on 710 WOR. This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install their blinds and save big. Plus, they guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com. Your next update is at 11 o'clock. Breaking news at once. I'll be there when you start your day with Len Berman and Michael Riedel in the morning, 6 till 10 tomorrow. I'm Larry Menti on 710 WOR.
Good day, everyone. I'm Ron McDonough. On Wall Street, another mixed market after a soft start today. Stocks, at least in terms of the Dow, have jumped over 150 points after the first hour of trade. 39,000 and change is where the Dow sits right now. The S&P is positive. NASDAQ is negative. Interest rates moved up for a little bit on some comments from Federal Reserve officials, again downplaying the notion of a near-term rate cut. More evidence needed for inflation to be ebbing. Yield on the 10-year note, though, is below 4.5%. We have bonds, as we said, trading a little bit better on the morning. Oil prices are up, but off the highs at $79.38 a barrel. Gold for its part is up $17 at $23.39 the ounce. Jobless claims came in a little stronger than expected in terms of being a larger number than anticipated, and for a while that pushed down interest rates. They bounced back a bit, but still the Dow is looking for a 7th straight gain, and right now outperforming the rest of the market as it has for the last several days. I'm Montana from New York 710 WOR.
Jesse Kelly. Better get yourself your own gang of gladiators now and put down that stupid pocket constitution, because only one of those things is going to protect you. Jesse Kelly on 710 WOR. Hey, there's a great podcast called Playing Dirty Sports Scandals, and each episode is about a controversial case that rocked the athletic world. Untold stories, tough questions, and you can hear it every week on the iHeart Radio app. Now, I keep telling you this, but it's good for you. It's very good advice. Because you go to a nutrition, they have fortune. It's basically all one site. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables.
Then stay to the left.
Nothing better for you. Nutrition-wise, fruits and vegetables. It's supposed to have 10 servings a day, which is
Exit right 2, exit 1A,
but
New York 9A, every exit on West 181st Street.
so it'll give you a good
Then
dose
use either lane to stay to the left to New York 9A South, and exit Parkway toward downtown.
And put them into capsules. So you can cycle process to powder them. It keeps as much of the nutrition as you can. So you add this to your daily routine.
Use
Whatever
either
you
lane
take
to stay
every day,
to the left
vitamins,
to New York
supplements,
9A South, Henry
that's
Hudson
every day, and it'll be good for you. It's fruits and veggies in capsules. You get 35% off your first order. Just use the code WOR. Go to balanceofnature.com. And to get the discount, use the code WOR. Hey folks, Mario here. You've probably been hearing me endorse RV Park for some time now, and yeah, it's true. I invest my own money with it. What makes RV Park so different from other investments? Let's quickly break it down. RV Park offers secure,
In 900 feet, use the right lane to stay to the right.
a buffoon, something newsworthy or cringeworthy breaks at the end of the week, and we get to hold them all accountable. And you are a big part of the show, so pick up the phone and call in. The Rob Astorino Show, Saturdays at 4, brought to you by Black Mountain Capital, your mortgage and loan experts, right here on the Voice of New York, 710 WOR.
Get slimmer for the summer by losing a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days with NJ Diet. Call 8555-NJ-DIET or go to NJDiet.com. Get ready for summer with NJDiet.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now. Like Deepcut, a commercial-free station featuring 10,000 tracks from iconic artists. Just search Deepcut and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Prostate cancer
Turn right on Broadway, then turn right on West
even
131st Street.
Recent men with prostate cancer seek Dr. Lederman. Experience, most insurances accepted. 1384 Broadway. Call Dr. Lederman. 212 choices. 212 choices.
Mark Simone.
Mr. New York.
710 WOR.
Well, that's swallowing. Trying to eat breakfast during the show. Steve Moore, the great economist and best-selling author. You should get his book, Govzilla. And, of course, read his columns and see him all over television. And he runs the committee to Unleash Prosperity. They put out the best daily briefing every day. It's called The Hotline, and you can get it for free. It'll come right to your email. You just go to committee to unleashprosperity.com. Steve Moore, how you doing?
Hey, Mark, I am doing really well. I know you're there in New York. I'm actually in San Francisco today, and I'm looking out the window of my hotel room, and I'm seeing a beautiful blue sky and sunshine and beautiful
Speed trap
mountains.
reported
And
ahead.
you know what else I see? I see across the street a service station, $6.29 for gas. But no, look, I want to make a serious point, though. I mean, how do you screw up a state like this? I mean, it is the most beautiful place on earth, you know, and people are leaving in droves because of high taxes, high regulation, anti-business. And by the way, that New York is the second place. So, I mean, come on, get your ass together, New York and California. You know what? The greatest states in the country, and now everybody's leaving.
You know, the most beautiful business in the world, opening a hotel in San Francisco. Who would go there anymore?
Yeah, and even my friends here are saying, you know, have a good time in San Francisco, but watch your feet. Make sure you don't step on any needles while you're there.
Oh, God. Hey, let me ask you something. Chevrolet announced they're not going to make the Malibu anymore, which means I think the only gas-powered car they still make would be the Corvette. They're going to make only EVs. Isn't that a bad business model for a car company?
Oh, are you serious? I've not seen that. What? Are they paying attention to American consumers? I mean, my God, drivers are saying 60 to 70 to 80% of the people in polls say they don't want an electric vehicle. And by the way, I've said this many times on the show, I'm not against electric vehicles. They're great cars. If you want them, if you got $75,000, $80,000 burning a hole in your pocket, you know, get one. But come on, I mean, people keep saying over and over again, you know, for one reason or another, you know, maybe because they're worried about, you know, running out of the charge on your battery in the middle of the highway, or whatever it might be, or they can't afford it, or they just, you know, like the car they have. That's not going to be cheaper, or they can't go risk it. You know, half a mile Chevrolet. But I think it's a horrible, horrible mistake. And like, I'm not in the car business, but I'll tell you this. You go to the lots, I talk to people who run, you know, auto dealerships, and they say, yeah, the people buying the gas cars, they're not buying the EVs. So this is, you know what they're doing, Mark? They're using the cars the government wants, not the cars that motorists want, you know, auto buyers want. You know, I tried a hybrid car. I thought, gas, those cars, why does this push back that you know, it's funny. One of the reasons I got this conference is that you know, there are a bunch of people who are experts on the auto industry. Hey, I asked that same question. You know, come on. Every poll shows Americans like the kind of cars that you're talking about, the hybrids, and they're not making enough of them. So there's, you know, those are all on order. people don't want to go fully electric. So I'm with you. I mean, it seems to make so much more sense, but I'll tell you why, because the Greens, the radical Greens, say, oh, that's not good enough. You're using one drop of gasoline, the planet is going to become extinct.
Hey, but this whole climate green, whatever, it's run by the government. Who never knows what they're doing. The way they're going about it is not helping. It's screwing up everything. Isn't this green push the most inflationary thing in the world? Isn't it driving the price of everything up?
Sure is. And, you know, it's happening here in the United States, for sure. But the interesting thing is, you know, where the green movement really got started was in Europe, and they're like, 10 years ahead of us in terms of this big green push. And Wall Street Journal reported yesterday, hey, Europeans are starting to say, this is getting way too expensive. Yeah, we want to be environmentally conscientious, but, we don't want to, see our bills go up and up and up, our utility bills, our gasoline bills, our, rental bills. So the birthplace of the green movement is now revolting against the high costs of the green movement. And it is one of the, you're right, Mark, it's one of the reasons that prices are so high today, because when energy prices go up, everything goes up in price, including your grocery bills, including your gas prices, including, the construction costs. Everything is derivative of energy.
Wow. Hey, speaking of inflation, Joe Biden finally does an interview, CNN, and the host just nods like a bobblehead at every lie he tells. He even said, when I took office, inflation was 9%. Could you believe he said that?
Yeah, I didn't actually notice. It was, what was her name?
Erin Burnett.
Erin Burnett, and I know Erin. I used to know her when she was at CNBC. Was she nodding when he said that?
Well, where's the fact-checking? Where's
Yeah, exactly, because it's not even close. I mean, so, I think most of your listeners know that when Trump left office, the inflation rate, no, Joe, the inflation rate was not 9%, it was 1.5%. And so you're the one who take it from 1.5% to 9%. And now he's taking credit for bringing it all the way down to 4.5%, still way higher than it ever was during Trump. So I think Americans looked at that and said, and I don't know, the question is, was he lying, or is he just, mentally unfit? And I don't know which is more dangerous, if he's lying or he's mentally unfit. But it is absolutely not true. It's not even close to being the truth that the inflation rate was 9%.
Yeah, so she just nods, and CNN, famous for their fact-checking. If you watch the rest of the night today, they still haven't corrected that. They
have not.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot. Okay? I mean, and this isn't just it'd be one thing if he said, the inflation rate was, 3 or 4%. And you're a little bit off, but he's not even close. It's like, taking a plane trip to Pittsburgh and then ending up in, Los Angeles.
Now, Steve Lawrence, Donald Trump takes office and starts doing all the right stuff, drilling again, doing everything he can to fight that. How long does it take to get inflation out of the system?
That is a good question. I think it should take, I'm going to say 6 months or so. I mean, a lot of that inflation, I think a lot of that inflation is baked in the cake, you know what I mean? And it takes a long time for people to adjust to the fact that finally inflation is coming down. But if you remember what he said when he was asked 6 months ago, what's the first thing you're going to do? He said, drill, baby, drill. Well, that produces more energy. That produces more oil and gas. So what does that mean to the price of oil and gas? It goes down. So just bringing the gasoline price down from, right now it's about $3.89 a gallon down to back where it was with Trump, $2.59 a gallon. That reverberates throughout the economy at lower prices. So do you think, Mark, you could give us 6 months to get things back on track?
Yeah, you guys did it last time. You'll do it again this time.
But I think, the main thing is, I made this point by Kudlow, on Kudlow's show the other night. The problem with Biden is, among many, is just he's anti-business. Everything he's doing is hostile to business, like businesses are the enemy. Like the men and women who start businesses, we got to bring them to their knees. I mean, look at all the regulations, all the taxes, all the blah. It's just making it impossible for people to run their businesses. And Mark, you know this, we all know this. I don't think the people at the White House know this. If you don't have businesses, you don't have jobs. We can't all work for the government.
Well, in the Democratic world, they like that system. But you're right. Every time they announce a regulation, that's a price increase. So when they just recently, the Biden administration put in like 100 new regulations, that's 100 price increases, isn't it?
Yeah. And it just makes everything more expensive. Now they want to, what's wrong with the internet? I think the internet's pretty good. I think everybody's got it. We get credible services. Why do they have to regulate the internet now?
Can you imagine the government running the internet? All the problems that'll bring. They can't even fill a pothole. They want to run the internet.
Yeah, but that's true. But don't forget, Al Gore invented the internet.
There you go. And we're out of time. But hey, I highly recommend Steve Moore and Company, the Committee to Unleash Prosperity. The best minds. It's Art Laffer and Steve Forbes and Larry Kudlow and Steve Moore. They put out the best daily briefing, the best analysis. Absolutely free, comes right to your email. Right. Just go sign up with
The Committee to Unleash Prosperity.com.
Yeah, it's called the hotline.
For free. There's no Biden inflation without hotline.
Yeah, the hotline. Just go to Committee to Unleash Prosperity.com. Steve Moore, thanks for being with us.
All right, Mark. Great to be with you. Have a great weekend, my friend.
All right, take care. And everybody check out the webpage. Now watch this. This is Joe Biden, another speech, teleprompter. Watch him lose another battle with the teleprompter. Hey, also, and I tell you, this is fascinating. Here's Stormy Daniels crying, sobbing, all upset about this Donald Trump relationship. Watch this video from her. This was like 10 years ago where she was talking about it, smiling, laughing about what a wonderful thing it was. Take a look at the difference. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. It's all up on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
With all the protests on campuses, should I rethink sending my kids to college this fall? Aren't inflation and interest rates supposed to be down by now? How high will gas prices go when we want to get away this summer? So many questions.
The answers are on 710WOR.
Speed trap reported ahead.
Sure, that'll be $2.25. Of course, that includes the insurance fraud tax.
I love this car. Okay, how much are we looking at here?
The drive-away price is $48,375. Oh, and we've included the insurance fraud tax.
Insurance fraud is just like a tax that is included in the price of everything you buy in New York, big or small. Insurance fraud costs every New Yorker more than $920 per year. It takes many forms, and some can endanger the lives of you and your family. Fake auto accident, stealing your life insurance payout, opiate healthcare fraud, or registering your car somewhere else to get a lower premium. All these are insurance fraud and add to the cost, just like a tax. Learn how you can fight against insurance fraud at fraudny.com. Paid for by the New York Alliance Against Insurance Fraud. Fraud is the crime you pay for.
Hey, it's Michael Riddle. Over the past few weeks, I've been sharing my excitement about the incredible vacation awaiting us this November to two iconic European cities. We'll stay 3 nights in London and 3 nights in Paris, right next to the Eiffel Tower. Breakfast is included every day, along with a few dinners. One of them inside the Eiffel Tower. You can get all the details at michaeltrip.com or by calling Cruise and Tour at 800-383-3131. That's michaeltrip.com or 800-383-3131.
I'm Martin Hope, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter. That Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. And that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I've bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. For this one, I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage. The all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
The following is paid commercial advertisement. From the Wall Street Sweeper Money Desk, we're with Russ Hackman, president of Hackman Wealth Partners. And Russ, it's all about retirement planning with you, but why worry about taxes in retirement?
Yo.
Go down to a lower tax rate. It is a common misunderstanding that your tax rates are going to go down in retirement. In fact, the government is coming to tax your 401k and IRA money. And if you look at the schedule of what may happen to you, in many cases, people have escalating taxes in retirement. You want to have a tax plan in place to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. Next 5, a comprehensive review with Hackman Wealth Partners. No cost, no obligation. 845-448-9455.
448-9455.
Investment advisor services office Super Stand Capital Management LLC, PCM, a registered investment advisor. PCM and Hackman Wealth are independent of each other. Insurance products and services are not offered through PCM that are offered and sold through individually licensed and appointed agents.
The Wall Street Fever with Russ Hackman, Sunday mornings at 9 on 710 WOR.
I've seen people's lives and their families' lives turned completely upside down by devastating accidents. And that's why I started my law firm. I'm Eric Chafin, co-founder of Chafin Luhana Law. Our firm makes sure that you recover everything you're entitled to, including, for example, your lost wages, your medical expenses, as well as your pain and suffering. Our team has the experience and expertise in personal injury cases to get you the best legal recovery while you focus on your health and healing. If you've been injured, call us and let us do good and right for you.
Go to ChafinLuhana.com or call 800-476-8359 if you've been hurt because of someone else's negligence. Chafin Luhana will help you get the meaningful compensation you deserve. Call 800-476-8359 now. Our attorneys have recovered over $1 billion for victims like you. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Go to ChafinLuhana.com or call us for your free case review. Call 800-476-8359. That's 800-476-8359. 800-476-8359. WOR, WASQ-HD2 New York, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart radio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good.
Mr. New York.
I can't get enough of Mark Simone.
710 WOR. Oh, hey, it was supposed to be a bad day today. It's supposed to be rainy and all, but turns out not bad enough. It's going to rain late in the afternoon, early evening, and then maybe late at night. That's about it. That's about it. It'll rain tomorrow. And Memorial Day is like what? Memorial Day weekend is like 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. Wasn't it just New Year's Eve? Okay, I mean, this is really flying by. Anyway, we've got a lot to get to. In the next hour, we'll get to the courtroom. Stormy Daniels on the stand all day. Nothing shocking coming up. We're just going through all of her various twists and turns. She took about Donald Trump. She's trying to write a book about him, do this about him, doing a stripper tour called Make America Horny Again, that sort of stuff. So she's looking like a bit of a scheming sort of idiot. I don't know if that's the jury, but that's what's going on. So we'll follow the case. We'll also get the crazy MSNBC and what they've been pushing. We'll get to the behind the scenes of Tom Brady roast and all that. Hey, why does King Charles refuse to see his own son? I think we'll be able to explain that coming up in the next hour. Hey, every day at noon, it's an excellent show. Buck Sexton, Clay Travis, a great show. You learn a lot. Noon to 3 every day. Then at 3 o'clock, the most listened to radio show in America, Sean Hannity. Then Jesse Kelly every night at 6. John Batchelor here every night at 9 o'clock. Now I'm here at 10 to noon. But if you can't listen from 10 to noon, or you got to miss an hour, miss a day, you can always hear the show. You can get the podcast. Any place you get podcasts, you can get this show, and you can hear it anytime, day or night. Back right after the news on 710 WOR. These are New York's voices.
My folks listened, and I'm listening.
We all grew up with WOR. We're your voice. The voice of New York. 710 WOR.
An iHeart radio station.
It is 67 degrees at 11 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Larry Menti. Stormy Daniels is back on the stand at Donald Trump's hush money trial. After providing graphic testimony earlier this week, legal analyst Dan Abrams says she's facing cross-examination today.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They've got a lot of fodder to go after. She's been inconsistent in her accounts of exactly what happened. She's got a lot of animus against Donald Trump. She's had lawsuits with Donald Trump. There's a lot of material there for them to go over, and I think that she is going to certainly be a wounded witness by the time that they finish with it.
Trump's back in the lower Manhattan courtroom as his other legal problems have largely been put on hold. The classified documents case has been postponed indefinitely. The Supreme Court is hearing an appeal in the January 6th case. And the highest court in Georgia will hear an appeal in the election interference case.
The New York case charging Trump with falsifying business records tied to a 2016 hush payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels may be the only one that reaches a verdict before the election. Daniels testified in explicit detail about an alleged sexual encounter with Trump that he said never happened, down to the silk or satin pajamas she said he wore and the imbalance of power she said existed between them.
Correspondent Aaron Katursky. Those
Head to your pickup on W94th Street.
In the city this morning, there's a new encampment.
Turn left on West 94th Street, then pick up Vivian on the left.
Dozen faculty members have set up tents in the lobby of the new school. They say it's to continue what students had started after the student encampment was taken down by the NYPD last week. Their demands are the same as the students, for the university to divest from companies that do business with Israel. The new school is in the middle of finals, but multiple reports say the protesting faculty are refusing to leave the encampment and may even hold back grades until demands are met. The school said it tried to negotiate with students, but talks broke down. Jesselyn Carl, WOR News.
President Biden is telling Israel not to invade Rafah. As a warning, he's stopping the shipment of 3,500 precision bombs.
President Biden is calling out the
Yo.
It's just wrong. We're not going to supply the weapons.
Welcome back.
Making it clear in his sharpest criticism yet that the U.S. will not provide Israel with weapons to attack Rafah.
I've made it clear to people in the work
Yo, Vivian, I'm over here.
If in fact they go in these population centers.
For weeks, Biden has warned Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu not to invade Rafah, where over 1 million civilians are seeking refuge.
Correspondent Mary Bruce. And a major healthcare network is scrambling after detecting a cyber attack overnight. It has impacted 140 hospitals in 19 states.
Ascension reporting it detected unusual activity with some of its technology, forcing its systems offline. They told their partners to disconnect while this is being investigated. So what does this mean for patients? There are reports that the charting, scheduling, and prescription systems are down, slowing down patient care. Some patients have been diverted to other hospitals for the time being, and they are looking into if any patient data was compromised.
Correspondent Ava Pigram. The news is sponsored by Calvary Hospital. For 125 years, where life can...
Head to your drop-off at General Consulate People's Republic of China. Let's take Henry Hudson Parkway South, 12th Avenue, Manhattan. This route is 6 minutes faster than Broadway, West End Avenue, 12th Avenue, Manhattan.
Let's go to China Consulate. I want to get visa too. I want to travel there also.
Yeah, it's so hard to get a visa.
Really?
Turn left on Broadway.
I don't know. And maybe today I won't even get my visa. I just need to take my passport.
Oh, you have it there?
Yeah, they took my passport to visa. And it's already been 2 weeks. Tomorrow I need to fly.
Oh, so you need
Yeah,
it?
so I need my passport.
Yeah, I want to go China.
Have you been before?
No. Maybe I'll come back with a Chinese bride. Who knows? Same with Philippines. No, Philippines is easy to go over. I just go Florida, easy. Puerto Rico, Mexico, they're beautiful beach. Yeah, I'm gonna take the highway, okay?
Thank you.
In 500 feet, turn left on West 96th Street.
Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your home, laptop, and more with electronic
Police reported ahead.
Even cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Turn left on West 96th Street.
not at all. The kid was 5 years old and spoke three languages fluently. As a kid, 3 languages fluently. Spoke Spanish to the housekeeper, spoke Slovenian to his mother, and speaks English. So very, very smart kid. He's now, I think he's 6'7". 6'7". Handsome kid, very tall. He's going to be a delegate. A lot of people think that he'll be the Michael Corleone of the family. In other words, he's the one that will eventually rise up and become a big political figure. He's the one that one day will run for something. Not Don Cheek. I don't think Don Cheek wants being the biggest world senator. Lara Trump and his wife could have quite a few if anybody's going to ever run for president or anything, they believe it could be Barron. And he'll be like the Michael Corleone. He'll be the one who will avenge Donald Trump and finally crush those enemies out there one day. Did you watch the top rating roast yet? It's the most watched show on Netflix. It's quite disgusting and crude, which is normal for a roast, but there was something about this one. The other ones just being like nice and tight, like top roasting. That's what the only one on this one is the rest of the thing is kind of sloppy, just weird, but doing well. The great moment was Bill Belichick, former Patriots coach, and Bob Kraft, Robert Kraft, the owner, on stage together, hugging and kissing. You know, he fired him, but it just shows they patched everything up, and everything is wonderful. The way they hugged and kissed on camera on that.
Oh, yeah,
everybody backstage reporting, it was just the opposite. Backstage, it looked like there was incredible tension between these two. That they just couldn't stand each other. They were just glaring at each other. Total hatred of each other. So just give them both. They should both be nominated for acting Oscars for that performance on the road. It's pretty good. Hey, you get this anti-Semitism all over the colleges. It's also a problem in New York City schools. They got one where you got this, what's that, principal of schools that open season on Jews.
In 1,000 feet, use the left 2 lanes to turn left on West 42nd Street. Turn left on West 42nd Street.
But he has it. It's still all over the school. That's not a woman, by the way. That's okay. He just got a high woman.
We take every single one of those very, very seriously. We investigate, and then we initiate the appropriate level of conduct.
Yeah, that's David Banks, but with that voice. Now, if you called, if you were a spam call and you got, hello, yes, ma'am, I'd like to talk to you. Ma'am! You know, it's the same problem with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson in his heyday. You remember you interviewed him on the radio. Hey, Mike, how are you? I'm good, thank you. So, the problem is, if you were ever on the phone with a guy like Mike Tyson, you got mad at him, and he said, what are you going to do about it? I'm going to come down there and I'm going to let you have it. You don't know who it really is. You'd be fooled by the voice, and then when you show up, hey, Starbucks is real trouble. Starbucks business is falling, and it's been falling. We've had a bad year. It's been going on for a while. Business is just dropping like crazy. They commissioned a study to figure out why people are turning away from Starbucks. It was a massive study. You know, they spend millions of dollars on these studies. They bring in these consultants. Now, here's your bill for $18 million for the study. Guess what they found? They found that people don't like paying a fortune for coffee and waiting in line for a half hour to get. I could have told you that, but if you listen to this show, through the years, you've heard me tell you that. I would have told you that for 30 cents. People don't like waiting in line forever. getting the you know, you ever walk into a Dunkin' Donuts, there'll be 20 people in line. I don't know how they do it, but boom, you're like in and out. The line keeps moving fast. It looks disgusting in there. Every Dunkin' Donuts is a mess. But so what? Every Starbucks is all decorated, but you gotta wait forever.
Okay, so you walk
You've
across.
arrived at your destination.
Is this one way or the round trip? We see.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it is.
Thank you, take
Have a
care.
nice day.
I've been there, I think.
Okay, now wait in that line over here. Pick it up down there. Now you're gonna go wait in another line. There's the motor vehicle park. So people are turning off the Starbucks. Now, to combat this, Starbucks has the app. Some people say, well, I have the Starbucks app. I make my order, and then I just go in and pick it up. Well, that's when you know things are a little out of control. When you got to use an app and pre-order just to go in there and get it. Now, Starbucks could argue that they got the problem with the long lines. Obviously, it's successful. It's doing well. Otherwise, why would you have these lines? But the truth is they've lost a lot of locations. Take where we are right now. We're in the middle of Manhattan. And here's the thing.
Speed trap reported ahead. You've arrived at your destination. Speed trap reported ahead.
Dana? Dana. East 85, yeah.
Use the right lane to turn right on 11th Avenue. Then turn right on West 41st Street.
Take the highway to E79 across town.
Red light camera reported ahead.
Harvard Harris Pole.
Then turn right on West 41st Street. Use the right lane to turn right on 12th Avenue.
Anti-Israel, anti-Semitism. It's not just a Jewish issue. Christians, most Americans, hate this anti-Semitism. They're very upset by it. Latest poll, 80% of America supports everything Israel is doing, especially in Gaza and in Rafah. 80% support Israel finishing the job. Only 20% are against it. 80% of America backs up Israel 100% on everything they're doing. Important to remember. Hey, we'll take some calls in a minute. 800-321-0710. 800-321-0710. Hey, also, you want to know anything about plastic surgery? Stay tuned. Check out the webpage. There's a lot of good stuff up there. Hey, here's what I was talking about. Stormy Daniels. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. This woman on the stand crying out, so upset about what happened to her and Donald Trump. Watch this video like 10 years ago where she was smiling about it, laughing about it. It was wonderful. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. Take a look at this video. Hey, also, here's Joe Biden doing a speech. Watch him lose another battle with the teleprompter. It's all up on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
WOR has your chance to see Brooklyn's own Barry Manilow during his Radio City Music Hall residency.
In 1.7 miles, exit to West 79th Street.
You could win.
Hey, Balance of Nature. It's good company. They make a lot of nice products. This is a really smart one. I don't know why somebody didn't do this before, but you're supposed to have a lot of fruits and vegetables every day. That's the most important thing for your diet. So what they did is they turn it into
Inday Sun, EPR, HQ SEP A2, SKBV JFDPC.
to give you what you're lacking in your diet.
No, she look. I took her to school, but she looked a little down because she didn't see any of her friend, you know. So I told her I promise to take a 16 handle when you pick her up.
Why did she little down?
Because Jacob and the Sassy was holding hand, and you know they weren't friendly to her. Usually they all hold the hand together and walking, but they just walk hand and ignore her, and she got mad. She got upset.
Really?
Yeah. So you know, show her some love when you pick her up. Take it 16 hand. Okay. See, I don't know. So see you later. I have some people. Talk to you later.
You will not get a sales pitch, just the information you need to see for yourself if Y-Refi is a better investment option for you. So go to investyrefi.com. That's investy, letter REFY.com. Tell them Sean Hannity sent you. Scammers are stealing homes. They transfer your home's title to their name, take out loans, and steal your equity. Now check the status on your home's title and get a free title scan with sign-up at HomeTitleLock.com. That's HomeTitleLock.com. 710 WOR, covering New York. WOR rides shotgun for America's first ever air raid drill.
Red flares continue to spew out of bomb flames, dropping out of the ground, going underneath where bombs are normally carried. They conclude off on back to the side. Brought to you through the shortwave relay broadcast.
Red light camera reported ahead.
New York for over 100 years. 710 WOR.
It's brand new, season 2. I'm Marissa Falber.
learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Estoy muy emocionado para ir a España contigo.
Aw, she just said, I'm very excited to go to Spain with you. Nos vamos a divertir mucho.
And that means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sí. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
It's Johnny Bragg talking prostate cancer. 20 years ago, I came to Dr. Lieberman with prostate cancer. It was serious. My stepfather died days after prostate surgery. My uncle never recovered from prostate surgery. Prostate cancer. That's how I came to Dr. Lieberman explain all options.
In 900 feet, turn left on Broadway.
It was a totally rigged trial run by the Biden administration. The Biden guy came from Washington to personally run this trial. If they lose, then they'll appeal it to a higher court in New York. Legal experts say there's like 4 cases of absolute reversible error here, and that the Trump would easily win on appeal, but that could be a year from now. And then if you lost, you could then go up the ladder. Some of this other stuff will have to go to the Supreme Court. So the documents case is pretty much over. Jack Smith, that special prosecutor, the weirdo, the bug-eyed looking guy with the case, has now been caught tampering, altering the evidence. He denied it for a while. Friday, he admitted to the court that evidence had been altered. So the judge has put the whole thing on hold. I don't think Jack Smith is recovered for this. Trump is going to be investigated for this. They did tamper with the evidence. So now, Jack Smith is being investigated for mishandling classified documents. Let's go to Rich in Myrtle Beach. Rich, how you doing?
It's fun. I feel like 70 down there. It was 70 yesterday. I'm still at 90 before the weekend's over. So,
hey, we're 80 here. I like that better than 87.
That's right. I mean, humidity down here is brutal, but 2 quick points. There's now, 80% of this country supports Israel.
Turn left on Broadway.
Just like when Twitter first came out, the politicians who support the vocal minority of only 10% who post on Twitter, but they listen to everything they're doing and ignore the rest of the country. And the other thing about this Bowman with this second Facebook page, the thing about the Democrats is they stick together no matter what happens. The Republicans need to show the progressives that they left Santos alone and so on the Republicans beat there. Santos didn't do anything wrong.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on West 86th Street.
That's what happened. The Democrats stick together and the Republicans are holding it now and they get rid of their own, just for the sake of looks,
Yeah, well, it's also a case of the Democrats can say or do anything they want to say cases. Those photographs were from the Obama era. That was a total lie. He told people to drink bleach. That never happened. He never told anybody to drink bleach. The Russian collusion, obviously, is a great example. He said he's going to become a dictator on day one. Never said that. The New York Times said it. And then in an interview with Sean Hannity, Sean read it to him, and then he made a joke about it, but he never said it himself. Let's go to Vincent in Brooklyn. Vincent, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Mark. Rich from South Carolina, right? Here's another law that Joe Biden is breaking. Yet he wants us to follow all his dictatorial edicts. Like the Supreme Court said that he didn't have the power to forgive all these student loans, and Joe Biden's doing it anyway. He's ignoring it. Yesterday, I heard a constitutional scholar and lawyer say that there's this law called the Higgins Act, and what it provides for is that once monies are allocated, like in this case for Israel, to get this, that, and the other assistance, Joe Biden does not have the power. Congress passed it. Joe Biden does not have the power to hold back any monies or articles that they agreed, whether it's with Israel or with Ukraine. But once again, Joe Biden's ignoring the court order and ignoring the laws that were duly passed by Congress. You can have your research staff look it up.
Oh, no, he definitely does it. Absolutely.
The Higgins Act.
Absolutely. The New York Times.
In 1 mile, turn left on Madison Avenue.
Really don't know what's going on. You are being fed a totally false narrative. 98% of it's at. Vincent, thanks for calling. Oh, when we come back, Dr. Arthur Perry is one of the world's best plastic surgeons. Now, you'd love to go to a plastic surgeon and ask him certain things, but who has the, some people don't have the nerve to do it, or doctor. Take me for it. I almost passed out as a flu shot, plastic surgeon, but I love hearing about it. We'll talk to Dr. Arthur Perry next. We'll ask him all the plastic surgery questions you want to know. Next on 710 WOR. Let's get the latest news. Here's Larry Mency.
Thank you, Mark. Stormy Daniels is being cross-examined on the witness stand right now at Donald Trump's hush money trial. The defense is attacking her credibility after her graphic testimony earlier this week. An encampment has popped up at the new school this morning, and it's believed to be the first faculty-led demonstration in the country. They're calling on the school to divest from Israeli businesses. President Biden is threatening to withhold weapons from Israel if it moves ahead with a military offensive in Rafah. He's already paused the shipment of 3,500 bombs. And a teen is being questioned for the deadly stabbing of a 17-year-old girl in Queens. The victim was stabbed in the neck after some kind of dispute. Time now for a check on the WOR Weather Channel forecast.
Ticket clouds here to the afternoon with a shower late in the day at 73. Rain expected overnight tonight, low 51. Rain for Friday, cooler 54. Sunshine on Saturday with a high near 60. Maybe a morning shower Sunday with clouds in the afternoon. Sunday's high 62. Mostly cloudy this hour, 67. Richard Weddington, the Weather Channel on 710 WOR.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phone, laptop, and more with electronic device insurance. And even cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Your next update is at 12 o'clock. Breaking news at once. I'll be there when you start your day with Len Berman and Michael Rito in the morning, 6 till 10 tomorrow. I'm Larry Mency on 710 WOR.
Understand what happened in the world today. The John Bachelor Show, weeknights 9 to midnight, only on 710 WOR. Biggest selling pillows, 50 million pillows are out there. But they make a lot of other great products. If you haven't tried it, there's a sale going on right now. It's a good chance to try the other products. The $25
Speed trap reported ahead.
mypillow.com, mypillow.com, and to get the special price, use the code WOO.
Contact tax relief helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call tax relief helpers right now at 800-374-2103. Tax relief helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes. It was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500. If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-374-2103 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103. 800-374-2103.
Center of Dubai Nasal Care, and I love Dubai. I told you about how your nose is the body's therapy. Think Navage powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. And then Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. For this one, I use Navage every night.
Speed trap reported ahead.
I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better. Unquote. Those are two of
Use the left lane to turn left on Madison Avenue.
The all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, all your favorites, WOR hosts with you. We're always available on the free iHeartRadio app.
Crisis, your number one need is food. FEMA and the Red Cross both say that having a backup supply of food on hand is essential in a crisis. We see new disasters every night on TV, yet many Americans don't have enough food to outlast a real crisis. Now's the time to stock up. Right now, you can get 2 free one-week survival food kits at freefood1.com. That's right, when you buy a single one-week survival food kit, you'll get 2 more absolutely free. No coupon codes. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just go to freefood1.com to claim your free survival food. These are delicious, flavorful survival meals designed to last 25 years. But you have to hurry. This limited time deal ends soon, may not be back for a while. Go to freefood1.com. This deal ends June 30th. Go to freefood1.com now.
Hey, it's Michael Riddle. Over the past few weeks, I have been sharing my excitement about the incredible vacation adventure awaiting us in November. Now think about yourself, me, and other like-minded WOR listeners in 2 beautiful and iconic European cities, London and Paris, City of Lights. 3 nights in London at the Marriott Kensington Hotel. Maybe we'll stroll through Regent's Park and check out Little Venice, one of my favorite cities in London. Then we're going to travel in style to Paris. Our home for 3 nights will be the Pullman Eiffel Tower on the romantic Seine River. Maybe we'll pop into Shakespeare and Company, famous bookstore where Ernest Hemingway says, hang out. We're going to have a unique and comprehensive city tour on an electric tuk-tuk, sipping champagne along the way. Breakfast is included every day, along with a few dinners and drinks, all of us together. We'll even enjoy a gourmet dinner inside here. You'll make new friends, and the best part is you already have something in common. WOR listeners. You want to call my friends at Cruise and Tour, 800-383-3131. That's 800-383-3131. Or visit michaeltrip.com. That's michaeltrip.com. If you have Medicaid and live in New York and need assistance with daily living, you can receive a 100% free service and get help in the comfort of your own home by a loved one. Call Freedom Care now so you can receive daily help, preparing meals, bathing, doing laundry, receiving transportation, and more. All done by a family member or friend that gets paid to be your caregiver. You get to decide who provides your care, and your caregiver gets paid instantly after their shift. It's all funded by Medicaid, so it's 100% free to you. Call in the next 10 minutes to see if you qualify. The Freedom Care family will explain the process, making it stress-free for patients and caregivers. Freedom Care is #1 in New York and has received over 4,000 five-star reviews. They've been helping families for years. This service is 100% free to use through Medicaid. So call right now and see how fast you can get started with Freedom Care.
Call 516-613-5974. 516-613-5974. The Mark Simone Show.
Mr. New York.
710 WOR.
Hey, Dr. Arthur Perry, he's one of the top plastic surgeons in the world. You know, he also does a great program every Saturday night, 6 o'clock here on WOR. You learn a lot. Saturday night, 6 o'clock with Dr. Arthur Perry. Also, you can go to his website, perryplasticsurgery.com. Dr. Arthur Perry, how are you?
Hey, Mark, thanks so much for having me on the show today.
Hey, anytime. So, I was asking, it's like just almost summer. Right now, what is the most popular plastic surgery procedure at this moment?
All right, it's May, Mark, so people are scrambling.
Speed trap reported ahead.
That allow them to look really good in bathing suits. And this is the last chance because you wait another month or so, and you have to wait out the summer because it takes a few weeks to recover from surgery. So liposuction, Mark, liposuction, really popular right now. People are getting those winter pounds suctioned right off of their hips. Let me look at yours. All right. Yeah,
well, what do you mean? How do you suck it out? What do you do?
Well, it's usually done under general anesthesia. We make little tiny incisions, and I put in a large amount of saltwater solution with a chemical called epinephrine that will stop bleeding. And then I break up the fat, and I suck it out like a vacuum cleaner, Mark. They're really just glorified vacuum cleaners that cost about 1,000 times more.
Wow.
And you know what? The procedures are so good. I can remove 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 6 pounds of fat very easily in a couple hours, and you're back to work 2 days later. It's really amazing.
And then how long will it stay like that? How long before it all comes back?
Until you go to Patsy's, Mark.
Okay.
No, but seriously, you know, a lot of people do gain the weight back after suctioning fat. It's they'll put it on somewhere else. If you suction it from your waist, for instance, you put it on in your hips. You have to be careful because your body wants to be a little bit overweight. It's healthier for your body, believe it or not. Not to be obese, but to have a few extra pounds.
Hey, explain that, because I've read that, you know, you always admire really skinny people, but I've read that that's not the healthiest thing.
Well, you know, in nature, you know, it's the people that had a little bit of extra weight that went through the periods of starvation and survived. You know, so in nature, 10,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago, you were lucky to get a deer, right? And you engorged on it. You put as much weight as you could. If you look at an animal that is going for roadkill, you know what they're going to do, Mark? They go for the fattiest part of the body first. So a vulture will slice it. This is gross, huh? They'll slice open the belly, and they'll get that fatty omentum because they've got 20 seconds to eat before the next animal comes in. They've got to eat the most calorically dense substance. And that's why fat tastes so good, right? Bacon, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. Now, let me ask you this. You've been a plastic surgeon, top plastic surgeon for years. How different is it now? Like I imagine all kinds of new technology makes it a lot easier, more effective.
Yeah, you know, there are lots of new things all the time, Mark, but you have to be careful because what's new today is 2 years from now, no one's ever heard of it because it did bad things. But the difference between now and let's say 20 years ago is the internet has made it so that, you know, there's a procedure of the week. You know, last year was that buccal fat pad, the fat in the cheeks that, you know, someone removed, some influencer. And this Kim Kardashian's waist. Did you see that?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Oh my goodness, right? So this is a tiny, tiny little waist. You know, I don't know what she did, Mark, but speculation is that she actually removed ribs. Can you imagine that for cosmetic reasons? I don't know if she did or not, but it sure looked that way. And, you know, removing your ribs are kind of important, don't you think?
Oh, wait a minute. What does that mean? They cut her open and cut the rib out?
Well, you know, we have 12 ribs, and their design is to protect our heart and our lungs and our liver and our kidneys, right? They're important. They're not just there for cosmetic reasons. So, but the last two, the lower ribs, they're called the floating ribs. And little incisions can be made near the spine, and those ribs by a surgeon, either a plastic surgeon or a thoracic surgeon, can be kind of separated from the muscles and fished out of the body. And there are a few plastic surgeons in the United States and around the world that are doing this. Not many, because most of us think this is overstretching as a plastic surgeon. We don't want to do things that are potentially harmful. Can you imagine, Mark, getting in, let's say, just a simple fender-bender car accident and having your liver lacerated because your ribs that protected are gone? And that's what can happen.
Oh, God.
Not so smart, right?
But this is like, in fashion, if a celebrity suddenly wears a certain brand, so it's like this with plastic surgery. Celebrity does something and everybody wants it.
Absolutely. It's, we are influenced by these people on the internet, the influencers, they call them, right?
Yeah, so do you have people come to your office and say, I want to look like so-and-so?
Absolutely, and that's a big red flag. The goal of a plastic surgeon is to make you look better for yourself, not to make you look like someone. I was on a TV show a few years ago, and there were a dozen people that wanted to look like other celebrities. And when I told them that each of them was one procedure away from disaster, it was like a Jerry Springer show. They're screaming at me. No, we want you to look better for who you are, but not trying to look like someone else. That's really not right.
Hey, Dr. Arthur Perry is one of the top plastic surgeons. You can listen to him. He's on every Saturday here at 6 o'clock. And his website is perryplasticsurgery.com. Hey, what is this deal now? This big problem, fake Botox everywhere?
Yeah, isn't that something? Well, when something is so expensive, and Botox is very expensive, a little tiny vial costs me as a plastic surgeon $650. And so when it's so expensive, it's just ripe for being counterfeited. And that's what happened to the Allergan company a few weeks ago. There were many people that were solicited by this company to buy discounted Botox. And you know what? They found at least 20 or so people in the United States that got this fake stuff. 3 of them wound up in the hospital, 1 in the intensive care unit. You have to be very, very careful. And real Botox, there's 5 different companies. We call it Botox now. There's 5 different companies that make this similar product.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure that your plastic surgeon or your dermatologist is using the real stuff. I mean, how do you do that? The real Botox actually has a hologram on the bottle. It's funny, Mark, because the fake stuff actually wasn't even written in English on the label, and the label is in English, so that's kind of a hint, right?
Yeah. Hey, explain this. I keep hearing about this thing now, the vampire facial. What is that?
Oh boy, that's another one. There's so many things in my field that are done. The way it gets out there is by being on TV as opposed to being published and being good. There's really no great benefit, but here's what happens. Plastic surgeons or dermatologists draw your blood, and they spin it down, and they separate the cells from the plasma, it's called. And then they re-inject that plasma, which has a high concentration of these things called platelets. And they have all sorts of hormones and things, and it's supposed to do something really special to your skin, to your hair. It's supposed to grow hair, make you rejuvenated. But it turns out there's no great advantage to doing that as opposed to injecting something I take off the shelf like Restylane. But what happened in New Mexico, non-physicians were doing this procedure, which takes a lot of nerve, Mark. But these women that ran a spa did this procedure, and they didn't do it in a sterile way. They drew blood and re-injected it, and they gave HIV to 3 different people. A total disaster. The woman who did it is now cooling her heels in not Rikers Island, but some other jail out in New Mexico, and it's a felony. And you can't do that. I don't think it's a great idea to have a procedure anyway. But if you're going to do it, get yourself a board-certified plastic surgeon, not
Yeah, definitely. And what a great one. Dr. Arthur Perry's been doing this for years, and it's excellent.
You've been here before?
Listen to him every Saturday night, 6 o'clock.
Okay. God bless. You have something in the back.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Just wait until. Okay, you can
No
open
problem. I'm
it.
gonna get out this way.
We're trying to do this.
Okay, don't forget. Have a good day. Good luck.
Presence on Instagram. Gotta be with it, Mark, right?
Yeah. Everybody just take a look at his website. Go to Perry Plastic, P-E-R-R-Y, perryplasticsurgery.com. Well, great stuff. Always good talking to you. Dr. Arthur Perry, thanks for being with us.
Hey, Mark. Mark. Thanks so much. And one of these days, you're going to take me up on my offer. I'm going to do Botox on you in the studio, Mark.
All right, one day, maybe I'll be able to get there. Thanks. Take care. Yeah, no, I passed out of the flu shot. I don't know, I just never, I don't know. But, listen, it's great stuff. A lot of people do it. Check out the webpage. A lot of good stuff up there. So, hey, Stormy Daniels on the stand, crying, upset, tormented by being with Donald Trump. Now, that's on the stand. That's after all this coaching. Take a look at this video. This is her like 10 years ago talking about it. She's smiling, laughing. Seems like she loves it. This is like two different people. This is like Jekyll and Hyde. Take a look. Hey, also, this is Joe Biden giving a speech using the teleprompter. But watch this. He loses another battle with the teleprompter. Take a look. It's all up on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
I'm Len Berman. I'm Michael Riedel. Stormy retakes the stand, and we've got tickets to see Barry Manilow. And it's time to play tag team trivia with our listeners. It's Len Berman and Michael Riedel in the morning. Tomorrow, 6 to 10 a.m. on the Voice of New York, 710 WOR.
Hey, here's a great way to lose weight. No, not the injections. You don't want to take those shots. A better way is NJ Diet. They do it in a natural way, more scientifically, and you'll lose the weight twice as fast. In fact, it's guaranteed in writing. They'll put it in the contract. In writing, you'll lose 20 to 40 pounds in just 40 days. They do it with, they'll take a hair saliva sample. They'll do scans. They'll personalize natural solutions and supplements right to your body and get it to burn fat. And then, again, it's guaranteed. It's in writing in the contract. You'll lose 20 to 40 pounds in just 40 days. Then they'll use DNA info to help you keep the weight off. This is all fully supervised. And they'll make sure you have your doctor's.
Yeah, I left you messages on your in the system. I'm in the corner, 234 East 85 Mount Sinai, Doctor. Can we meet here? Okay. Yeah, I'll wait for you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. See you. Yeah, how you doing? Let's go. Oh, 1950 Broad. Yeah, he told her, no smoking in front of the hospital. Recommend to take the FDR to 34, okay?
Whatever you think.
Yeah, okay. Follow the GPS. Bumpy road.
real, and they haven't really gotten that. Month after month, they said, no, we're not going to consider that, not anything we consider now. So you really don't know what they will do in the future if this continues and the U.S. continues to be unhappy about it. Remember those protests. President Biden is getting a lot of pushback for the U.S. support the war in Gaza, and he is weighing that.
And regarding campus protests, there's a new encampment at the new school in Greenwich Village.
It was reported to be the first faculty-led encampment in the country. About 2 dozen faculty members have set up tents in the lobby of the new school. They say it's to continue what students have started after the student encampment was taken down by the NYPD last week. Their demands are the same as the students, for the university to divest from companies that do business with Israel. The new school is in the middle of finals, but multiple reports say the protesting faculty are refusing to leave the encampment and may even hold back grades until demands are met. The school said it tried to negotiate with students, but talks broke down. Jacqueline Carl, WOR News.
The jobless claims jumped for the week ending May 4th. They totaled 231,000, up 22,000 from the week before, and the highest number since August of last year. The news is brought to you by Compassion International. Every day a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids waiting for over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with Compassion today. And text the word radio to 83393. Forecast coming up.
All in papers website. From the Wall Street sweeper money desk, Russ Hackman, president of Hackman Wealth Partners. Russ, why is it so important to get a second opinion?
Dave, the market's been so volatile these last few years. What folks are really seeing in their portfolios is you have areas that seem to be bouncing back from last year. You have areas that are still lagging. People are still needing income plans, tax preparation. All those things come out in one of the second opinions that we offer to folks that come into our office.
Next 5, it's no cost, no obligation, a comprehensive and customized review about your financial life with Hackman Wealth Partners. 845-448-9455. 845-448-9455. 845-448-9455.
Street. Still a misplaced truck is blocking the right lane. The delays are pretty jammed into the area right around the 40s from back at 23rd Street by Peter Cooper Village. And it's heavy up into, as I mentioned, the 40s. And then we've got slight delays up on 59th Street where this misplaced truck is. Usually you know about the bridges and tunnels. Over the East River, the Queensbound, Cross Lake and Whitestone are now pretty equal as far as delays heavy across the span. Once you get to Queens, don't worry about it. We look great on the front tunnel and the Clearview and the Whitestone Expressway. The RSA Traveler Bridge is in better shape. 59th Street Bridge is still really busy from Queens Boulevard, And the inbound Queens South Tunnel, particularly at the Art Plaza just spoke of, is backed up once again to 48th Street. Mass transit is in excellent condition. We just called all the major metropolitans. They're not reporting any issues that you need to concern yourself with. And we're sponsored by Stu Leonard's Farm Fresh Foods. This week at Stu Leonard's Farm Fresh Foods, direct from Midwest ranchers, juicy bone-in rib roast, just $9.99 a pound when you use the Stu Leonard's app. That's the total savings of $6 a pound, plus fresh naked salmon fillets from Canada. Just $9.99 a pound, save $3. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Winds, on 92.3 FM.
And now it's time for a check of our 1010 Winds AccuWeather forecast. Here's Gary Schwindenhammer.
Lots of clouds around as we head through the rest of the afternoon, even a shower in spots, so the better chance for showers will be this evening. And that will evolve into a steadier rain overnight tonight as it becomes breezy. The high this afternoon, 74. We're dropping to a low of 50 tonight. Then breezy and chilly tomorrow for early day standards. Occasional rain and drizzle, the high only 56. Some improvement on Saturday temperature-wise, but still on the cool side with the high of 62. Some sunshine followed by clouds. Maybe a shower to the north and west of the city later on in the day. And then on Sunday, a couple of thunder showers around, mostly cloudy and cool with a high of 60. It's 65 and cloudy in Central Park, humidity 54%, and the wind from the north at 12 miles an hour. Again, 65 going up to 74 in Midtown. On AccuWeather's Carrie Schwindenhammer on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
And coming up on 1010 Winds. You may think it's a milestone birthday for Billy Joel. And you may be right. That's coming up. Hi, I'm Rachel, and I have a serious heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. I still have symptoms on my beta blocker, so I asked my cardiologist about any treatment advances. It was a breakthrough for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit HCMZeroCost.com for more information. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb.
Long Island is feeling lucky across the board in May at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. Play all month long for your chance to win a 2024 Ford Mustang or Bronco and your share of $65,000 during our Race to Drive promotion. 1 point equals 1 entrance here Friday, May 31st, starting at 3 p.m. when one cash winner will be announced each hour. 2 winners will be called at 7 p.m. to claim their car and cash. Discover the excitement at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. Only for U.S. citizens. Call the 24-hour toll-free line at 877-734-1010.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debts once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. For the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-578-2415. To see if you qualify, that's 800-578-2415. Wednesday time, 12:16. Billy Joel is definitely all right and celebrating another birthday today. He'll be celebrating his 75th birthday tonight, the same way he celebrated his 65th by performing at Madison Square Garden. Tonight's show will be the third to last of Joel's residency at the Garden, and his 148th there overall. During his 5-decade career, Joel has sold more than 160 million records, won 5 Grammys, been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and received
and then you just, most people put it on their palm like that.
The hack?
They squeeze the sign, they just release it like that. Super easy.
A TikToker who goes by Jordan the Stallion H demonstrates the seamless way to make a plastic bottle of wine pour all by itself. No burping or pounding necessary.
If you were to squeeze a gravity bottle from the front like this, you have to physically squeeze for it to come out. But if you were to squeeze a bottle from the sides and then release, all the pressure is going to push out the ketchup on itself.
He claims he wrote a college paper on the history of ketchup bottling. Deborah Rodriguez for 1010 wins. Even Heinz has chimed in, saying on TikTok that even classic brands can learn new tricks. Well, here's your chance to get into a radio flyer again without pulling a muscle. An SUV-sized version of the iconic red wagon that's been made into a street-legal vehicle is up for bids right now in an Alaska Premier auction. The wagon's original owner used the chassis of a 76 Mazda pickup to make the giant wagon, which is complete with an in-scale handle, 2 seats, and can get up to 60 miles an hour. With about 3 days to go, bidding on the adult-sized radio flyer is up to $7,600. AstraZeneca is withdrawing its COVID vaccine worldwide, citing low demand.
Given the nod back in 2021, government and senior medical officials here pitched it hard to get the majority in the UK vaccinated. In all, billions of AstraZeneca doses were distributed both domestically and abroad. It was largely developed by scientists at Oxford University with significant British government financial support. However,
online, I don't know.
The AstraZeneca shot was also the vaccine that medicine regulators in the EU required back in 2021 that it update this information to include the mention of a dangerous and rare much-fun side effect. Well, it turns out both you and your mom were right about video games. A new Pew survey said they're both helpful and harmful to teens. On one hand, most teens say they play only for entertainment. 3/4 see it as a way to have fun and make friends and don't see the games as harmful. On the other hand, 40% say that it hurts their sleep. 8 in 10 say bullying is an issue in the gamer community, while about a third say it's a major problem. Breaking it down further, about half of teen boys say they've been called offensive names while playing video games. About a third of girls say the same. But one thing it seems your mom was wrong about, the survey says nothing about video games rotting your brain. Well, the deadline to enter to win $10,000 for your small business is this Sunday at our 1010 Wins Small Business Challenge. Get all the info at 1010wins.com/challenge.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. 65 degrees. We've got partly cloudy skies in Manhattan, 1220. I'm Linda Lopez, and here's your caption. Stormy Daniels is back on the witness stand today, and Donald Trump's opportunity if they happen. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Naloxone reverse the effects of an opioid overdose and save a life. It's easy to get and easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk of overdose, keep naloxone on you and at home. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
On the stand again today in Donald Trump's hush money trial, the adult film actress at the center of the hush money payment. Our Carol Dioria following her testimony and joins us now live.
Okay, have a good day. Here is good. On the left side, okay? Take care. Good luck. Thank you for choosing us. 5-star. Tip the drive. Yeah, we're gonna change to Lambo soon. So that you know. Stormy Daniel. Do you know Stormy Daniel? Stronger.
If she wanted to destroy the former president politically, and to that Daniel shot back off. Now at this point the cross-examination has ended, and Daniel is still in the witness box, now being questioned by the prosecution again.
Change.
So this is likely to go on throughout
I'm gonna change to Lambo, okay? Changing to Lambo.
New York top court overturning Harvey Weinstein's rape and sexual assault conviction, State Assemblywoman Amy Collins is proposing a bill in Albany aimed at helping to bolster sex crimes cases for prosecutors by making details of past sexual offenses admissible in court.
Stay on top of your finances with the QuickBooks mobile app. View your money from anywhere and get deeper insights without key details scattered over spreadsheets. Send invoices on the go on any of your devices. Transactions are automatically categorized for review anytime, anywhere. It's easy to maximize your tax deductions and account for every mile of business trips. See more with the QuickBooks mobile app. Download the app today.
A robbery is under investigation at the Shell gas station on Fullerton Avenue near Co-op City. Police say a man walked into the station one afternoon last month.
Spice, mobile video editor. Edit videos like a pro with endless stunning features. Soundtrack your videos with...
Thank you for sticking around.